Previously on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
A hot Chicana from the barrio keeping it real.
It's a Hina Friday with Mike Trudell.
It's a Hina Friday.
A hot Chicana from the barrio keeping it real.
Not a Hina that smokes that.
It's a Hina Friday with Mike Trudell.
So there's a salmon sperm extraction.
Yeah, and as somebody who was younger and who was looking out for Big Bro at the time.
But he was young. He wouldn't know not to get married.
Yeah, what the hell would I have known at 21 years old?
He was dropping Miami Heat everywhere.
But that's my point. Don't you see that if he would have said to me, hey, listen, I'm dropping Miami Heat. You should be dropping Miami Heat. Let's go drop Miami Heat together. You know, let's go be Crockett and Tubbs. You know what I mean?
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on the air.
I woke up at 4:30 because I got to go to the bathroom, once, But,
only once per night?
Only once, yeah.
Hey, nice prostate.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history.
Because it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got nothing to do.
Give me a freaking break.
Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
How'd you say his name? Asminger?
Asminger.
Thank you for letting me share in your aura.
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
My girlfriend Jean went to Korea and had salmon sperm injected into her face. Beautiful.
Okay,
Let me tell you something, Mean Gene. That salmon sperm's going to make all the difference tonight, brother.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Right now.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want to
Bit Boy. It's a Hina Friday.
Here we go, 7:02, good morning. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on this Friday. A feel-good Friday, an F-It Friday, a football Friday, but most importantly, Cappy.
It's a Hina Friday with Mike Trudell.
And in case you want the female version,
It's a Hina Friday with Mike Trudell.
good morning, Mike Trudell.
You say that like it could be a regular thing. I don't.
It's a Hina Friday with Mike Trudell.
I mean, we get the big voice guy,
Yeah, we don't really get Sedano on Fridays, so we might as well make it a Hina Friday with
And we
Mike
probably
Trudell.
only have a few weeks until Lakers season starts, so we might as well celebrate
we
and celebrate often.
Literally have 2 weeks until the first preseason game.
No way.
But then when will be the first Friday you can't be here? Like that they're on the road and all that stuff.
Well, no, that is it. Like in 2 weeks, we'll be in Palm Springs.
Oh.
For the Lakers' first preseason game.
Can you do a Hina Friday from
2
Palm
weeks.
Springs?
That's a good idea.
Although the Hina is a little different out there. You know?
Is this
A little bit of that blue hair out there.
Yeah, they
I
got
was
blue
thinking-
hair and they,
Well, I know. I was thinking you got the two different voices.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Well, I told this to Morales, Cappy. I told Morales that after a couple of friends of mine that actually speak Spanish.
Hispanic friends.
I speak Spanish, man.
Yeah, but you screwed me on the show live. You decided not to correct, and you decided to let me say certain things about my wife, which it was a tiny bit disrespectful, but fine. Not in the way that
I have a
Cappy
feeling
disrespected.
Trudell's not going to be back after this.
He didn't say anything about your wife.
He
asked
let me
the
down
question.
The road. He let me down the road.
Right. You asked the question. Is
and it was
my
funny.
wife
It's a
a
good
Hina?
bit. It was a good bit. But
Yeah.
I enjoy the bit. I don't blame anybody at the station. It's just that do I trust Morales anymore?
Well, that was
Obviously
a
not.
big mistake.
Yeah.
Right.
Do I
Right.
trust Jorge, which I thought that I could? No longer. Cappy, you're fine. You're innocent in this one.
Cappy, who literally took a screenshot of your wife from Instagram. But let's trust him.
Well, he did not admit to that.
I mean, he admitted it to me because I was right next to him.
He hasn't admitted that to me, so I'm trying to give him the
Cappy,
benefit
do you
of the
want to
doubt
admit
on
it
that
live
one.
on the
I'm
air?
still denying it right now, Mike.
He's
Still denying
denying
it.
it.
Right now he is.
Hey, look,
maybe later.
The only question, Morales, is if I have to go over your head to the
To
black
who?
hand, to Sedano. Okay, the person who really runs the show. And if things keep going that way, I might have to go to the black hand.
Well, you don't need to be here anymore then.
That's
Oh,
right.
wow.
Well,
Wow.
Not if Sedano has anything to say about it.
Nah, that one, trust me, he's ain't going to die on that hill for you.
Hold on, let me text him right now and find out.
I love it. He goes, am I going to have to go over your head? And Chris, you right away. To who? Who you think you're going over my head to? And then he goes, Sedano. And you're like, oh, okay, yeah, right. Yeah,
Yeah, but Sedano won't die on that
That's
hill.
what
He
he's
would
saying.
die
I'm
on that
gonna
hill
check.
for some
Hold on,
people.
let me group
No.
text him right now.
Good luck texting him right now. He's doing the whole, trying to get to Tallahassee thing.
I texted him about,
He's
I'd
going to
say an
Atlanta.
hour ago. But I don't know, an hour later, he could be on the road to Tallahassee.
Right, or in the air. Isn't he flying from Atlanta to Tallahassee, or is he driving?
By the way, the road to Tallahassee, I think, was a good Hina flick back in the day.
Oh, yeah, the road to Tallahassee.
The Hinas are on the road in Tallahassee.
Again, different types of.
Why are you laughing,
of
Trudell? You don't like it. You're offended, you said.
No, not at all. I thought it was funny. It's just that, again, a slight erosion of trust between the two of us.
Erosion,
but nothing that we can't get past.
Yeah, okay.
Well, unless Sedano says that it can't.
Hey, real quick, because we got a lot to get to today. And yesterday we get off the air and the Clayton Kershaw news breaks, so we'll start there. But hold on. Mike, you say that the Lakers have a preseason game in 2 weeks?
Yeah, man.
What's today's
October
date?
3rd.
Today's September 19th. When do they actually open camp?
I mean, next week is when, like, the first press conference with Pelinka and JJ, and then camp it would be the next week after that.
Media Day is on the 29th.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So now I'm just trying to put together the chronology here. Wow.
Yeah, less than 2 weeks of Media
And
Day.
remember,
first
Cappy,
preseason game on the 3rd.
Last year on Media Day, Greg, Trudell, and I took a picture, and I looked a little Rubenesque, if you will, and you tried to point that out on the air. This year,
wait, what's Rubenesque?
A little rounder than I needed to at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now, post heart failure and all that, we'll take a picture. Although now maybe Trudell won't with us.
Are you going to be suited and booted?
I don't know. It'll be after the show, and I don't like to suit and boot for the show too often because it's not comfortable when I'm trying to do all my bits.
Mm-hmm.
So I might be dressed like this.
No, you like to be comfy when doing bits.
I obviously have to wear a suit for games, right? Which is like a 7-hour commitment to a suit. So like I know that you can handle it. You can do it. Come suited, and we'll take a nice picture. We'll go to the official Getty photographer, right? And we'll get a real picture of the two of us.
You guys are gonna look good.
I wanted Bergman in there too.
Why am I getting just knocked out of this?
He
I thought
knocked
we
you
were
right
cool.
out.
I thought we were cool.
He
We were in
didn't
good
even-
space.
he didn't even
and
ask
now,
you about your
and
Hina.
now it's like, oh no, just the two of you. No,
Yeah,
that's
sorry, Greg. I'm so focused on the mano a mano thing with Morales that I tuned out the part where he said that Greg in the suit.
a little bit offended, but it's okay.
Cappy, did you ask if you can go to Media Day?
I have not yet asked. And now that we've changed our schedule, what time is Media Day? Can I be part of all the festivities? Why not?
Yeah, it's a Mason and Ireland event.
Why?
Yeah,
LeBron expects me to be there.
Certain amount of people.
Yeah, we got to get Cappy to meet LeBron.
Oh, I've met LeBron, but LeBron is expecting me there.
You know, we got you to bring it in with him. you know?
I know. I need to bring it in with LeBron.
I'll ask LeBron if he's into doing a Cappy Lappy.
Hey, thank you. Yeah. Thanks a lot. Thank you very
much. I mean,
much.
if not LeBron, then at least Bronny, right?
Yeah, I'll take Bronny.
Bronny'd be great for a Cappy Lappy.
Take
That'd
Luka.
be a great interview.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah.
All right, we got a lot to get to this morning at 7:07. Let's hit the organ. Because one, Clayton Kershaw, and I will play a montage of all the home runs he gave up in the playoffs later on this morning. Yeah,
nice.
exactly.
Why?
Nice.
Come on,
I mean, the highs, the lows. I mean, let's be real about it. You know, there's been good, there's been bad, but mostly
we know
good.
somebody
Mostly good.
crying in their sleep last night about, oh no, Kershaw, was one Greg Bergman, and he gave us our Blue Review report right now on this Friday morning.
I was definitely a little emotional. I mean, I love the fact that you kind of knew it was coming, right, Trudell? You knew that this was going to be the last year. He got his 3,000 K. But when it actually happened, it was kind of like, oh, man, this is real. This is actually happening. Yeah. So the fact that he's pitching again tonight, love the fact that he's doing that. This may be his last ever, is probably his last start at Dodger Stadium just in general because he's not going to be pitching on the postseason roster as a starter. He'll get one more start probably in Seattle. But to do it at Dodger Stadium and then have his 3,000th bobblehead tomorrow night, it's going to be a really big weekend. And I just appreciate so much what he has done for this city and done for the Dodgers. Whenever you needed a win, you put out Clayton Kershaw, and he got that for you.
Except in the playoffs, right?
Wait, you don't think he's going to start in the playoffs?
No, absolutely not.
Not at all?
No, absolutely
not. Even after the season he's had?
No, he can't.
No, he's had a great season, and that's amazing that he's had the great season.
They're not going to give him one start just to see if he can do it?
No.
Really?
No. Because they're trying to do certain things. And he's not going to start over Yamamoto, Snell, Ohtani, Glasnow. That's just
no. But if you think about strategy, and we've been talking about it all week, the concept of having Kershaw as a long reliever or stacking your starting pitchers, that makes a lot of sense. I don't know if it makes a lot of sense to Dave Roberts and probably more importantly Andrew Friedman. But I thought yesterday, Bergie, if we think about how the day started, where Kershaw comes out and he makes this announcement.
Come on, Crenshaw.
And to your point, it wasn't a shock to anybody.
But it's still shocking, kind of.
Not really. No, I don't think so. And here's why. If you go back,
not really.
if you go back to the All-Star game this year, do you guys remember? Does anybody here even recall? Because I don't know how many people like put this in their memory bank. Who started for the National League in the All-Star game
Paul
this year?
Skeens, didn't he?
That's right. Yep, Skeens. So the next pitcher in after Skeens was Kershaw. Now, you could, I suppose, make a claim or make a case, really, that Kershaw was deserving, which he was. But I would just say that Kershaw was more symbolic and ceremonial that he was coming into this All-Star game, especially right away. And I think he had like 2/3 of an inning in that All-Star game. So I just think that knowing that he'd been hurt a lot over the last few years, knowing that he was still injured and dealing with, rehab coming into this season, then pitching the way he did, getting to the All-Star game, I think it was pretty obvious to most of us that this was likely going to be it. But I think the timing was really great for what you were saying. Number one, he'll start tonight. Number two, the bobblehead tomorrow night. And number three, maybe like an ounce, just a little ounce of internal pressure, which is, hey, he's made his announcement. He's done. He got to be on this postseason roster. Michael, I'm curious. Like I said, this all happened yesterday after we got off the air, all the reaction. We'll hear what Kershaw had to say yesterday at his press conference.
So let's jump in there, actually, and let's hear why he's doing it now from the press conference yesterday.
I think just with this last home start coming up, I just felt it was the right time. Honestly, Ellen had a lot to do with it. She kind of talked to me, and it just felt like everything had come together. And obviously we have another month to play, and we have a lot of great pitchers. So everybody's role is kind of up in the air at this point. So I just didn't want this opportunity to pass by, and it just kind of felt like the right thing to do.
See, that's what I'm talking about, Mike. Just like and Bergie, I don't know if you think so also, just like a little teeny tiny ounce of pressure. I'm going out, my last home start, the big bobblehead tomorrow night. We got a month left of baseball, theoretically, and there are a lot of pitchers on this team. I'd like to at least make my case that I've had a good enough season, and this is it for me. I need to be on this postseason roster. What do you say, Mike?
Okay. No, go ahead. Jump in, Greg.
No, so
we got discombobulation. Greg, then Trudell.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right, so he's usually a guy that when those big moments come, he doesn't notice the big moments. And don't say anything about the seventh inning. I'm tired of hearing that right now. But so when he gets those big moments, he knows about the moments, but he always just works through it. When he got his 3,000th K, he realized it was the big moment, and he was struggling a little bit to get those Ks. The White Sox were just swinging at everything, putting the ball in play. So he knows when those big moments are. Tonight is going to be the same type of thing. He knows it's his last start. How is he going to go out there tonight based off of what he did in that 3,000th K moment too? I just feel like this is a big, big moment for him, and he's going to look like he has in the past. Mike.
Yeah.
Now Trudell.
Trudell time.
There's so much to this. I mean, so Kershaw got to the Dodgers, or I guess came up as into the big show in 2008, which is the same year that I moved here, which now feels like forever ago. And he's been with one team the whole time. The only other athlete that you can kind of match the level of longevity to the level of success and Hall of Fame and all that in this town is Kobe. And I think that, that not saying that they're on a completely equal playing field, but just in terms of being an LA legend who's been awesome for this whole stretch. And when Kershaw first got the baseball this year, and you're just watching on TV and watching a couple times in person and thinking, man, I don't know. It's not quite the same. He's lost some. And now I look at the numbers, and it's like his WHIP and his ERA are about the same as they were 5 years ago somehow. Like, he's still found this way to be effective and showing that he's an all-time legend. And so, like, as for the playoff roster, I agree with you guys. He's not going to be starting, but, like, he doesn't suck. There's still, at this point,
his season has made the case to be on this roster.
He can still get guys out. Mm-hmm. And as to when you call for the retirement thing, Kobe didn't go into that last season saying that it was going to be the last. I believe it was like late November when he finally decided after he'd played some. Who knows what's going to happen with LeBron as he enters year 23, unprecedented for an NBA player. And I don't know, like, was it a conversation he had with his wife? Was it as Greg mentioned, the 3,000th strikeout, a milestone? Was it not wanting to be a distraction going into the postseason? And maybe part of him saying, let's not do this whole it's about Kershaw thing. Right now, we just want to win another World Series. There's a lot going into that, Cappy.
So the other part of it, too, is that you mentioned that L.A. has Kobe and Kershaw. Yesterday, there was another announcement with the Kings that Anze Kopitar is going to retire at the end of the year.
Just huge news.
That's right. Yeah, it just came out yesterday.
Yes, same type of thing where he's been with one team with that amount of success that he has had, that he's won 2 Stanley Cups for a team that had never won a Stanley Cup before. So for two guys on the same day to announce their retirement was kind of crazy.
Kershaw, though, I mean, you think about the longevity, you think about the success, and you think about the last few years of battling through injuries, and now he's had this kind of a year to call it quits on. To me, a lot of why he's doing it right now is because it's actually now on his terms. You know, when you think about guys who retired early in their careers who had plenty more to go, and I always think of Barry Sanders as a guy who could have kept on going, but he decided to end it early, and there's been other examples. But Kershaw, the longevity to get to this point, to still be doing it as well as he is this year, for him to look in the mirror and go, you know what? Because he talked about this a little bit yesterday. I don't suck. I'm actually really having a good season. And by the way, Bergie, I know the last couple of starts have not exactly been great because he's been giving up like a lot of runs in the early innings, but he still persevered and found a way to stay out there so that Dave doesn't have to eat up the bullpen, which we all know is a disaster anyway. And last night, Berg, by the way, this is a side note to the news of Kershaw. Man, it was 2-0 last night, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm going, 2-0's not a lot of runs, and even though San Francisco has kind of fallen apart, there was a moment a couple of weeks ago where you're like, San Francisco's making a late-season run. San Francisco last night, they got to that bullpen, and that bullpen did almost everything it could do to give that game away. Walking guys, loading bases, walking in runs. I mean, brutal.
Making it interesting. By the way, Cappy, the version of this, I suppose, for you would be Tony Gwynn. What was it, 19 years or 20 years for one team?
Oh, come on. Listen, I'm not a Kershaw fan. I'm a fan of his, but not calling him the greatest Dodgers pitcher of all time. But you can't compare Tony Gwynn and Clayton Kershaw. Please.
I think he's trying to make a comparison.
Clayton Kershaw's got 2 World Series rings.
Yeah.
And is one of the greatest pitchers of all time.
Right, but I think the comparison is played for one team for his entire career,
and
was a legend.
What did Tony Gwynn win?
Probably just batting titles and stuff.
Exactly. Never won a World Series.
No, played in a World Series. I mean, the Padres got smoked by the Yankees in the '98 World Series, but
like a blunt that Jorge's smoking. Smoked.
Jorge, you got good blunts, or is that the Primo that got you the blunts?
Let's just say it's the Primo.
All right, let's hear from Clayton Kershaw last night in the press conference about going out on his terms.
Not a lot of people get this opportunity, so I'm just super grateful for it, and so. The own terms is a weird thing to say, but not hurt is nice, So being able to pitch and not pitch terribly and being able to be around has been super special.
I mean, that's just it. Is to have come back this year, even though he was still working on Bergie. What was it? Knee injury earlier in the season. He was still rehabbing and something else. The bottom line is he had
age, DNP, that type of thing.
DNP.
Why are we hating on Kershaw right now?
We're
celebrating Kershaw today.
No
Not
disrespect.
as disrespected as Gwynn was.
No disrespect. I think that Clayton Kershaw, after the numbers I was looking at, he's arguably the best regular season pitcher ever.
Keyword there, regular keywords.
That's correct.
Regular season.
Because once you factor in the playoffs, oof.
We'll highlight the postseason later, trust me. But right now, Cappy, tell us about our friends at Prize Picks, please.
I would love to. So Prize Picks, guys, and here's the thing. I really appreciate all you guys sending me your Prize Picks because I'm sure you guys are doing a lot of homework and a lot of research before you submit your lineup. You're thinking about what it is that you want to do. So, listen, last night, just as an example, I had Dalton Kincaid, the tight end for the Buffalo Bills, to have more than 32.5 receiving yards. So I was like, check on that one. Then I played the max discount for Patrick Mahomes this upcoming weekend. All he has to do is pass for more than 1/2 of a yard. He'll do that no problem, obviously. And, man, just like that, I'm home, and I'm going to have myself a winner. I was so close earlier this week. I was 4 for 5, and my $20 lineup paid $40, and I lost by half a strikeout. So it feels so good to be right on Prize Picks, but, man, you got to put in the work. Because if you're a ball knower, this is the game for you. It's daily fantasy, essentially, right? It's like you take a couple of your favorite players. You take a couple of your favorite players. You decide, will they have more or less on a given stat line? And then it's time to play. So here's what I want you to do. Download the Prize Picks app. Use our code Cappy, K-A-P-P-Y. Make your first $5 lineup. You'll get $50 in free lineups right away. And for everybody that is sending me their Prize Picks, you can DM me on Instagram. You can put them out on Twitter. Just hit me up because I want to play your Prize Picks, especially Ron the Caddy, who goes all kickers on Sundays. Prize Picks. Download the app. Use the code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Prize Picks. It's so good to be right.
7:20 on your Friday morning. Sedano and Kap morning show. Let's hang here, Cappy, for a few minutes. So
let's do it.
I got 7-Eleven coffee on the way to the train station again, just like I did on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
And I posted a picture and tagged you on Instagram.
Yes, you did.
T-Bone7815 replied to my story and said, the official coffee of Hina Friday.
It's a Hina Friday with Mike Trudell.
Now, by the way, Chris, I don't know if you realize this or not, but you've become a trendsetter with your 7-Eleven coffee.
Or the Hina Friday, or both.
Yes, because I also received a message this morning. Shout out to Raider Ruben, okay? And Raider Ruben, we got a big game coming up this weekend, Raider Ruben. We got to get a victory this weekend. Chris, he sent me a photo of him inside of a 7-Eleven.
Oh, nice.
Getting a 7-Eleven coffee.
This could be like a new roll call bit. Which 7-Eleven are you at?
Well, this could also turn into a new partnership opportunity.
Yeah, but I'll be the endorser, not you, so don't try to get money out of this.
Well, I mean, maybe there's something else inside the 7-Eleven.
When's the last time you
endorse.
stepped into a 7-Eleven, you scumbag?
Probably about
Yesterday?
2 days ago, yeah, when I walked in.
Never mind that.
I went in yesterday. I was listening yesterday when Cappy was basically, Chris, it sounded to me like this. He was trying to get stuff, i.e. tickets, but
yes, he is.
But he is yet to secure an actual sponsorship. But he was saying he's basically going out. Okay, so I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that because he didn't reveal that at first.
No, of course not.
Later
of course not. Yeah.
That like he really needs this to be done. But it's because he's bringing in another sponsor. But then I thought, well, wait. Somebody told me that he actually kind of does pretty well in the sponsorship.
Well, he's our number one endorser.
Now, I wonder, Cappy, maybe this is the secret that I have to learn from you.
Although Ireland might have taken him down now.
Yeah, I think Ireland's
number one endorser.
Right.
Brought a couple big fish in.
No, we brought a couple big fish in, and John is aligned with them.
Mm-hmm.
John doesn't go hunting himself.
At first
I mean, he does, but that's a whole other thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I try and do a little bit of hunting on my own.
Did he spit? You just need the company to back you up, is what you're saying.
Well, I mean, what happened was, and Chris said it yesterday, he goes, if we would have known that their contribution to the golf tournament meant that they needed tickets to USC Michigan, we wouldn't have done it. And I was like, no, that wasn't a condition. It was after the fact they made this contribution to the golf tournament, a very good contribution. And they then came to me afterwards and they're like, hey, you guys are the USC station. Could we possibly get 4 for the USC Michigan game? And I was like, I got this. And then when I say when I say I got this, here's what I mean. I then go to the birthday boy over here, Christopher Arthur Morales today. Hey. Happy birthday to this young kid.
Happy birthday,
okay?
Thank you.
I go to the birthday boy / bit boy, and then I say to bit boy, can you lean some of your influence around the office? And then he says, well, I got nothing to do with that. And I'm like, yeah, you do.
I didn't say I got nothing to do with it. I said you already sent an email to Tommy and Deshae, Tommy Lamb and Deshae Runnels, who have more to do. Here's the thing. We allocate is the better word, not align. We allocate a lot of our tickets for our partners that are investing hundreds of thousands of dollars. Mm-hmm. USC Michigan's a big game.
Yes,
we are already 15 on a waiting list.
Oh, wow.
Of investing partners.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciate Cappy's partner.
Where do they get in there?
They're a trade partner, which I love. And
they're
were
like
very
16
important.
through 20.
But
16 through 20.
He sent the email. Nobody replied to him. And I told him in person, we saw the email, we'll try. I even followed up with Tommy and Deshae, and then Cappy decides to call me the other day and ask me about it, and I'm like, okay, like, what do you want me to do? And he goes, just lean on him a little bit.
Well, and when you got Cappy, couldn't have been like a super satisfying response, right? You were hoping for a little more. Did you think to then call Sedano?
No.
Yeah, Sedano's not part of that process.
No. And 16 is pretty low on the list. Like, it's pretty far down.
Yeah, okay. But I'm highly confident. Things happen. Things happen along the way. People come, people go. They're like, we were planning on going, then we can't go. One way or another, I believe that my man, the birthday boy himself, I believe in my man. I think he'll get it done.
By the way, Trudell, have you heard our new bit with Ireland?
No, what's that?
We'll tell you next. Okay. 724. Why are you doing that?
I got something in my throat.
Good morning. Smile, it's Friday. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show with Trudell.
You ever notice the harsh
it's
feeling
a Hina Friday
taste in
with
LA's
Mike
water?
Trudell.
We're next on ESPN LA.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
Abner Gatt, your trusted Los Angeles public adjuster. Call Abner directly at 818-917-5256 for help with your insurance claim.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Hey guys, Cappy here. When disaster strikes, you need an ally who truly understands your needs. Avner Gatt is here to help you navigate the complexities of insurance claims. Are you feeling abandoned because your home is unlivable and your insurance company isn't cooperating? Or perhaps you're being pressured to use a contractor with poor reviews. You've been loyal to your insurance company for over 20 years, yet now they treat you like an outsider. Avner Gatt knows how to turn the tables. We protect homeowners from the games and fine print that insurance companies are known for, and we cover all of Southern California, ensuring your voice is heard and your home is restored. Visit AvnerGatt.com or call 818-917-5256. Avner and his family personally take your calls with 5-star ratings from Yelp, Google, and the Better Business Bureau. Don't let your insurance company dictate your future. Avner Gatt is here to help. Visit AvnerGatt.com or call 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt, your claim, our game.
Water, power, comfort. NextGen protects it all with the Home Hero Bundle. Do you like the taste of your water? If not, get your free alkaline reverse osmosis system when you install whole home water filtration. Clean, healthy water every tap. Add a heater treater for just $4.99 to shield your plumbing from hard water damage. And when you bundle in HVAC or electrical service, you'll save 10% instantly. One call, one team, total home protection. Call NextGen 833-3-NEXGEN or visit nextgenaaronplumbing.com today.
CSLB number 1011173.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Hey, it's Mace. Listen up, people. We are taking the show on the road to my favorite spot in the home of the song of the summer, Total Wine and More. Join Mason in Ireland, the Laker Girls, and a special appearance by Big Game James Worthy at Total Wine and More in Beverly Hills today from noon to 3. We'll be at Total Wine and More, 9527 West Pico Boulevard at Pico and Beverly. See you today from noon to 3 at Total Wine and More in Beverly Hills.
You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams Super Sale and get 40% off paints and stains September 19th through the 24th. With prices starting at $29.39, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your interior or exterior, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store or shop the sale online. Delivery available on qualifying orders. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
This is Joe Budden. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. So I'm here to make sure you don't miss any of the daily fantasy action this football season with Prize Picks, where it's good to be right.
Download the Prize Picks app today and use code PLAYNOW to get $50 in site credits after you play your first $5. That's code PLAYNOW to get $50 in site credits after you play your first $5. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. You're starting your day with the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA. Don't forget my show. The Rich Eisen Show is coming up this morning at 9 on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app. Now, back to the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Good morning, 728. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. On this Friday, on this day, back in 1986, Captain EO with Michael Jackson premiered in Disney theme parks. Little sound from Captain EO. Nice. Remember Captain EO, Trudell? You look puzzled.
I am puzzled because there's a part of my brain that's picking this up from childhood, but I can't quite place it, so I want to know more.
It's when he could change. Remember he was dancing, and then Captain EO used to be next to Star Tours.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, in the old Tomorrowland.
Yeah, I was 6. My first big trip as a kid was to Disney World.
Oh, really?
When I was, that flew in from Minnesota. It was the biggest deal. I remember the
Minnesota.
monorail going into the hotel just blew my mind. I was like, wow, it goes into the hotel.
Yeah. Oh, we're doing this right now, Wins? 7:29. Today is my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you so much. And
Happy
I'll talk about in a few minutes how blessed I am to be here today, which a lot of people know because you
almost died.
Yeah, Trudell, I almost died. 7:29.
Not bad.
And
early.
Lindsay made sure that we had Susie cakes in here to celebrate my day.
I love Susie,
which I appreciate. But I asked you during the break because Cappy's not here to share the cupcake, as the infamous T-shirt behind you shows, the Radio Michael fan. And I said, "Hey, Trudell, are you into doing this bit?" And you said what?
I said, "Do you want me to eat it out of your mouth?"
See, I prefer the verbiage that we just share it, but eat it out of my mouth is one thing. So let's do it here.
But I think
these are smaller cupcakes, by the way, Cappy. These aren't these normal big-sized cupcakes.
That's
these
fine.
are little ones.
Wait, point of information, though. Point of information. Shouldn't Chris be eating it out of Trudell's mouth?
I mean, I think he wants Trudell. They're just going.
All right, here, everybody who's watching on YouTube, you see what's going on right now. Morales now has got these little mini Susie Cape cupcakes, little teeny tiny ones. Morales is taking off the wrapper from the Susie cake. He's putting half of it in his mouth. Here comes, oh my, get closer, Trudell. No, that didn't count. Get closer, man. Look, he only took, come on, give it to him. Oh, now Morales is, Morales has now nudged. He nudged Trudell on the side of his face like Otis the Bunny nudges him. He got the white frosting all over Trudell's face. So Trudell has white, creamy frosting literally all over the right side of his chin.
Are you okay, Trudell?
And Trudell, okay, and Michael, this is fantastic. Oh my God, this is
Your
brilliant.
face, Trudell.
This is, you talk about a ball player. That Mike Trudell right there, he's a ball player.
Can I add, Cappy? Can I say one thing also?
Yes.
So you know that I love sugar and sweets, okay, of all kinds.
What time are you going to wipe that frosting off?
No,
your
don't
mouth?
do it.
I'm
Please just
looking to
keep
see
it
if there's
there.
a napkin or something.
Leave it for the whole show.
No, it's
Whole
perfect
show.
for a Hina Friday.
There really is a lot. That's why I was kind of hoping that
He just took it off his face on his hand. Eey.
I love Susie cakes. I will eat almost anything in there. Now, the one thing that's not my favorite is the cream cheese frosting. Okay,
the red velvet, huh?
That was a red velvet. And so I was
red
kinda
velvet
hoping,
right here.
It was Chris's birthday, so I was hoping that he would select the vanilla. Or
I don't think you guys
cupcake.
could hear when he asked me which side do you want, and I said I'll take the back side.
I'll take the back side.
Well, of course, you're a backside kind of guy.
That was very cute.
Well,
It was very cute.
And
And
the thing
Lindsay, if it wasn't for those Susie cakes, we wouldn't have this brilliance right here
That
today.
was a good job, Lindsay.
I know, and I even thought to myself, like, I could get the regular size cupcakes, but the mini cupcakes are even better for them to share.
And then did you see how, okay, I got the frosting on Trudell's face, then I gobbled
my
up the
jersey.
whole thing like a snake
Yeah,
eating
you gave him the full nudge.
eating a mouse.
Yeah,
I
that was
just gobbled
beautiful.
So, Cappy, let me ask you this, because you've gotten, there have been times when I feel like you sense how close I am to Sedano, and then maybe you're like, oh, maybe I'm winning him over to my side a little bit. Do you feel that I have come between you and Morales a little bit by getting that close to him with my mouth?
No, not at all. As a matter of fact, that you just did me a huge favor. I mean, because
show it to Rachel.
Because Morales is like, he really wants he and I to continue the bit. In fact, just the other day, this was on Wednesday morning, I fed Morales a Dodger dog. He wanted to do the double dog. He wanted to do the big glizzy thing again. And I was like, no. And I fed it to him. So to have you now, Mike, share a cupcake, and by the way, a mini cupcake, and to have all that white frosting, creamy frosting, like just all over your face, that is hot, bro. That is hot.
So when is it going to be a three-way? When are you going to have a three-way eating situation?
Bergman, why are you thinking about nasty stuff over there, Bergman?
I don't need to be involved. You got the three of you eating a cupcake together.
God. If we do
white frosting everywhere,
three of us eating a cupcake in Korea, getting a salmon sperm injection in our face. Now that's an afternoon.
Oh my God, that's so hot. So Chris, let me say something here.
Yes, please.
Let me make a comment about birthdays. And in this case, about your birthday. Let me tell you guys something right now. When I told my son how old you were, he went, nuh-uh. I'm like, yeah, that's it. He's, I thought he was older than you, Dad. I'm like, well, he ain't, all right?
No, he didn't. Did he really say that?
Yeah, but that's just because of the beard. The beard makes him look more sophisticated.
Yeah,
you know
but
what
when
I'm
you say,
saying?
Justin, what's 2 + 2? He says banana. So.
But let me just say this. Today on Christopher Arthur Morales' birthday, we are all going to celebrate this day for you today. Because honestly, a year ago, it was like, hey, it's his birthday. I don't know if he'll make it to his next birthday. And it was just sort of a funny little joke until it wasn't anymore. And now, here we are. My man has lost 100 pounds. He has completely turned his life around. I tell him all the time how proud I am of his discipline. Because it's very easy to all of a sudden be out somewhere and go, you know what? All right, what the hell? Let me have one. No. Changed his life completely at the snap of a finger, cold turkey. Not like had to go through rehab. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with that, all right? But the fact that he is here, the fact that he is thriving, the fact that he looks good, feels good, completely changed his life. Chrissy, proud of you, brother, and love you, man, and happy birthday. And I think I speak for a lot of our listeners, too.
Yes, happy birthday. You know what else I got him, Cappy? Got him some non-alcoholic Stella Rosa.
Yes, thank you to Lindsay. Thank you to our friends at Stella Rosa. And Cappy, thank you for that. That means a lot. And you're with me along the journey quite a bit. You don't have to always, as before we did mornings, you didn't have to wake up at 5:30 in the morning when we did afternoons, when we're staying at East Central, just to walk with me and take me out and walk me like a dog. But you did, because you know I needed it for my heart, and I really appreciate it. And that dovetails perfectly into this National Recovery Minute, brought to you by ChooseChangeCA.org. On today, my 42nd birthday, it's hard not to think about the fact, all morning long as I was getting ready, and getting ready to what I would say a dinner tonight with my parents and Stephanie and her mother, about the journey that I had to deal with and the 3-4 days that I was in a coma earlier this year, and all the things that went through my brain and my imagination, or my journey maybe somewhere else. And, you know, so many people go through this. And there's so many things that happen in your life, big and little, that make you uniquely you. I get to highlight, I'm so blessed to get to do this every day and for us to smile and have fun. I was talking to one of our owners, Sam Pines, this morning on the way in, and I told him there's a lot of work every day. There's a lot on my plate now, but I've never been happier and never more fulfilled. And that's for you, too, if you're listening there. Your hobbies, your dreams, your career, your family, and more. That's what makes you you. If you play in a softball league, you play golf every weekend. But all those things might be going away because of addiction. For me, I'm an alcoholic. I was addicted to alcohol. Bad. And I was addicted to drugs way before then. I just switched addiction. And I started not playing golf as much because I was unhealthy. It didn't feel good to go play golf. And I started to not do the things because I was getting more and more unhealthy. You might be going through the same thing. Addiction to drugs, including opioids and stimulants, can strip all those things away from you that make you happy. This National Recovery Month, recover your life. Choose treatment for drug addiction and get back to what matters most. I can tell you firsthand, I've been in that tunnel, that well, where you think there's no way out. I never imagined a life where I didn't drink every day. Treatment is available. You can get better. You can get healthier. Sometimes you just need to ask for help. Mm-hmm. And I understand asking for help is scary. Mm-hmm. And maybe you don't have amazing friends around you. I was blessed to have amazing people like Cappy, Bergman, Sedano, Lindsay, Jorge, sometimes Trudell, that told me, hey, Chris, it looks like you might have a problem. You might drink a little too much. But maybe you just need to ask somebody for help. And my DMs are always open on Instagram at CMM Spectrum. I'm here to talk to you. I'm here to help you. And treatment is available in many forms through a primary care doctor, licensed narcotic treatment programs, outpatient treatment programs, licensed residential facilities, and even virtual care. Help is within reach. You can recover, I promise you. Find a proven treatment option that's right for you. Recover you at ChooseChangeCA.org. That's ChooseChangeCA.org. And on today, my 42nd birthday, I am proud to say that I'm coming up on almost 8 months of recovery, and it is a blessing that I never knew it would be. So there's help out there. Please recover along with me. 7:38, the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a Feel Good Friday. Most importantly,
it's a Hina Friday with Mike Trudell.
Straight facts, homeboy.
And last night, Thursday Night Football, I'll tell you who was feeling good. You got to feel good if you're the Dolphins. Because nobody thought that the Buffalo Bills defense would allow them to even score 1 point.
Yeah.
Albeit cover the spread. If you took the Dolphins last night, you won money, Jack.
Oh, I thought you meant like the Dolphins felt good. But, yeah, if you bet on the Dolphins.
The Dolphins,
Why wouldn't you feel good playing the Buffalo Bills and actually being competitive?
I mean, right, because remember, the Bills were 11.5. No, the Bills were 11.5 point favorites. Dolphins were really a laughing stock. I mean, most people were already saying that, hey, they're going to be going through a head coaching change here, and it could happen after this week. Well, you know what? The Dolphins went out there, and to their credit, their offensive line kind of came out looking like they were ready to play. It wasn't until late in that game when Buffalo scored and Miami has the ball, and there's about 4 minutes or so, 5 minutes to go in the game, and you're like, well, because I'll tell you, Bergie, I was playing the over last night. The over was 50.5 points, and I want to say it was 28-21, and I'm sitting there on 49. I'm like, well, Miami's going to come back and score. And then Buffalo had that interception, and I'm like, oh, no, I'm going to wind up losing. But thankfully, Buffalo got themselves into scoring position and said, you know what? We'll go for that field goal. We'll kick that. Maybe everybody had the over. But it was, I think, Chris, you're right. If you're Miami, even though you lost that game, you can walk out of there and go, we're not nearly as bad as everybody thought we were for the first 2 weeks. And for Buffalo, who I had is like my top team in the AFC in my Cap 10 this past week, that was a somewhat disappointing performance by the Buffalo Bills last night.
Very disappointing. And you now have to, I mean, if not for the roughing the kicker call, it gets maybe just a little bit more interesting. I think Buffalo wins. But after the game on the postgame show with Carissa and the whole gang, Josh Allen and the team, they're celebrating, and the fans are celebrating as though they just won the Super Bowl. If you let the Dolphins score that many points when we were, again, before the game, making fun of the coach, making fun of the whole team, talking about how they weren't even an NFL, they weren't playing even worthy of being an NFL team, you got to be impressed, Trudeau. You got to be. I know they're still 0-3, but you got to question the Bills' defense.
Bergie, by the way, is rolling his eyes.
You're rolling your eyes?
Piece of commentary.
I just don't think that they really feel all that great about themselves. Tua's still not a great quarterback. He threw that interception.
He's garbage.
That was a terrible throw for the interception at the end of the game. I mean, you had multiple opportunities to take the lead, tie the game multiple times. Their offense just wasn't really moving as much as it probably should have been moving. I don't see being 0-3 and losing by double digits, despite the fact that they kept it close for a little while, is like, oh, we feel great about ourselves.
Of course, Greg is right here. This is also a situation where you go into the game, and Buffalo's thinking, all right, the Dolphins stink. What do we have to do to just win the game? That wasn't their Super Bowl performance, right? They already had to pull that out to beat the Ravens, who were ridiculous in the week one. And Miami, on the other hand, is everyone's crapping on us. They all think we're terrible. Let's rally around the flag. It's Thursday night football. Everybody's watching, so they play about as well as they can play. And they come down, they score on their first drive. Then Buffalo basically dominates the next couple quarters, and Miami does end up having the one nice drive to tie it. But I felt like it was in control for the most part for Buffalo, and they were just like, let us get through this healthy so we can get the long break. And Miami is now 0-3. Are they the worst team in the league? No. But are they going anywhere? Probably not. Is their coach going to get fired? Yes. So I just think it's probably dark times coming in Miami.
But I will just say this. Like, when you lose in week one on the road at the Colts, when nobody really knows what the Colts are going to be yet, and you get smashed.
Colts are decent.
Colts are decent, but we didn't know that necessarily going in. They lose 33-8 in week one. They come home for week two, and they lose to the Patriots, who'd gotten beaten in week one at home by the Raiders. And so now all of a sudden you're 0-2. You go to Buffalo, and honestly, when I played this over-under last night at 50.5, I was thinking to myself, Buffalo might score more than 50.5 by themselves.
It looked like it.
So I will just say this.
They probably could have.
If you're Miami, you actually maybe can learn a little bit from this game. Hey, listen, Berg. Just like the Raiders last week, when the Raiders lost to the Chargers,
team that stinks.
Well, when the Raiders lost to the Chargers, Pete Carroll comes to the podium after the game and he said missed opportunities, and I would agree with Pete.
And then he
Carroll.
pulled a Werther's original out of his pocket,
right? Because and don't forget, he now according
I would have one of those out of your mouth too, Morales. Butter toffee. I like those.
Wow.
Wait a second.
This is crazy.
Wait
how
a second.
far
I'm
you're
calling
going
time
into
out here. I'm getting ready to get into NFL analysis, and you're telling me that if Chris Morales puts a Werther's original in his mouth and sucks it.
Well, no. Hold on. Just to backtrack a little. So I texted Andy. Andy texted me, hey, what's up? Just getting the boys to school. And I was like, hey, just ate a cupcake out of Morales' mouth. And she goes, ew, for how much? And I said,
for funsies.
I said, no money. It was on the air, so I kind of had to do the bit. And honestly, I didn't mind it. And there was frosting in front of me. But that was her response. Now, she isn't aware of the whole Hina thing. We didn't talk about it. So
we have the official. We'll get to this in a moment because I want to get back to football.
Yeah,
but we do have the official definition of Hina, and there's nothing to be offended by. But here's the thing. Go back, Cappy, to your analysis.
Yeah, sorry.
So here's the thing. You will eat a Werther's original out of Morales' mouth. That I love. And now watch this.
Those aren't big, by the way.
But if Pete Carroll is truly carrying around Werther's originals in his pant pocket, okay, and Morales now says that Pete Carroll is so old that he literally pulls his pants up to his boobs because that's the way old men do it. You know what I'm saying? They got to keep them up. So Pete Carroll went to that podium last week and he said, missed opportunities. And I tell you right now that as much as it looked like the Chargers absolutely dominated the Raiders had so many chances, they just never were able to take advantage. If I'm Miami and I look back at this film last night, I'm going to say, hey, guys, we went toe-to-toe with what most people think is the best team in our conference, And, we're not as bad as everybody thought we were. Now, maybe I'm just you know what,
done.
Michael? Mike, maybe I'm just too damn optimistic.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're a great guy. But they're 0-3. Now they have the Jets at home, and then they go at Carolina. So, okay, those are both winnable games. But then it's then they're home against the Chargers, at Cleveland. I don't know what you think about that one, Lindsay.
That could be a Miami win.
Yeah, maybe.
I think that's what people are circling as maybe the only Browns win of the season.
And then they're at it. Then after that, this is where I think the season completely crumbles to dust if it hasn't already. At Atlanta, Baltimore at home, Buffalo at home, Washington. And it's so it's you can't start 0-3 and have the easiest schedule in the NFL and not have it be doomed.
Listen,
hey, where's Tyreek Hill going to be playing in Week 8?
And by the way, you know where he might be playing by Week 8?
Kansas City.
Right, because Kansas City is 0-2, and nobody is writing them off yet, certainly. But listen, I would just say this. Again, Chris, I'll go back to it. Some people would ridicule us for saying good loss. I'm not saying it's a good loss because you had your opportunities to win that game, but you threw that interception late. You could have possibly tied the score. You may have gone for 2. You may have gone into overtime. Who knows? But the Bills are the better team, no doubt about it. But all of this football talk starts to get me fired up, man, because we got a great weekend of football coming up. The USC-Michigan State game on Saturday, guys, that is going to tell us a lot about USC. I'm not saying Michigan State is great. They're not some top 10 team, but USC-Michigan State, USC gets this win. It's a good setup for what happens the following week when they go to Illinois, presuming, by the way, that Illinois, who's playing against Indiana this weekend, matchup of 2 top 25 teams, even though Illinois is a top 10 team. The USC game is critical this weekend. And I'll tell you guys this, the Rams and the Eagles, for me, it's in the early window, and it's on the East Coast in Philadelphia. I don't know why Fox didn't make this their big national game other than the Cowboys always seem to get that. This Rams game this weekend, Mike, Greg, Chrissy, Jorge, Lindsay, this game this weekend is so huge for the Rams. They had the Eagles beat last year in Philly. They had their opportunities to win that game. Didn't get it done. Both games last year, they got run over in those games. I mean, the rushing yardage was ridiculous. So now, Rams got a real chance. That's the game that I'm focusing in on.
Can't wait. 7:47. Good morning. Sedano and Kap Morning Show. Trudell is in for Sedano.
It's a Hina Friday with Mike Trudell.
Exactly right. When we come back, we've got a funny story. And we'll tell Trudell what the John Ireland bit is.
Yeah, what's up with that?
That's all ahead. Smile. It's Friday, sucker, on ESPN LA.
Hey, it's Mace. Listen up, people. We are taking the show on the road to my favorite spot in the home of the song of the summer.
Find what you love.
Total Wine and More. Join Mason and Ireland, the Laker girls, and a special appearance by Big Game James Worthy at Total Wine and More in Beverly Hills this Friday, September 19th from noon to 3. We'll be at Total Wine and More, 9527 West Pico Boulevard at Pico in Beverly. See you Friday, September 19th at noon at Total Wine and More in Beverly Hills.
And love what you find.
Drink responsibly, B21. Crypto.com Arena is pulling back the curtain and unveiling new behind-the-scenes VIP tours presented by Delta Airlines, which offers an exclusive look inside one of the world's most iconic sports and entertainment venues. Expert guides will lead small groups through spaces that have hosted legendary sports championships, world-renowned concerts, and epic awards. Guests will also explore the VIP areas and experience the arena's latest renovations. Visit CryptoArena.com/tours for more info.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
Oh, I can't believe we blew a 5-touchdown lead.
Sure, but you got to feel like they were going to win for almost the entire game.
But I was about to buy playoff tickets.
So you were prepared for a good time. That's pretty nice.
It's the worst loss any team has ever had.
And you got to witness history.
Okay, we're done here.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
7:51, good morning. Sedano and Kap Morning Show. Tomorrow, September 20th, back in 1988, Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock released the album It Takes Two. Trudell.
How much you got of this, Trudell? How much can you do?
I mean, more of just like the chorus. Yeah, I don't.
Oh, really?
I can't remember the lyrics so much.
You got the bases in. Come on, you got it. Go, Chris. Go. Well, this is definitely later on in the song where I would have had the early goings.
Yeah.
I would have had the early part of it.
I want to rock right now. I'm a bass and I came to get down.
Maybe we'll do that in the YouTube hour when we have a little bit more space. Yeah. Tomorrow is also National Fried Rice Day. Shouts out.
Tomorrow is?
Tomorrow is.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, it's 7:52. Good morning. We are going to do a wacky story. Wacky.
It's wacky.
But first, we're going to tell Trudell what the John Ireland bit is. So, John Ireland in his commercials, we've noticed. Well, Jorge and Lindsay picked up on it, and of course, I made a bit out of it. So let's just play this part.
You ever notice the harsh feeling and chlorine taste in LA's water?
So when he says chlorine, it's kind of like... So, by the way, you're not doing anything behind John's back. I've done this on the air with him and told him that we do the...
I haven't objected yet.
Okay. By the way, you can meet John Ireland today if you haven't, if you want to. And you could go up to him and say, hey, the morning show sent me...
Video it if you do it, please.
So join Mason and Ireland today as they broadcast live from Total Wine and More in Beverly Hills. Come meet Big Game James Worthy and the Laker girls. And ESPN LA is giving away tickets to a few lucky fans who sing the Total Wine and More jingle loud and proud. It's all happening today starting at noon at 9527 West Pico Boulevard. See you, not tomorrow, but today at Total Wine and More in Beverly Hills. Mason, Ireland, Big Game, James Worthy will be out there. But the bit is that John gets a little with a little Hebraic, actually, when he does the reads sometimes. And he's a pro. If you tell John Ireland, I need 30 seconds flat, he does it 30 seconds flat. He doesn't stumble. He doesn't stumble, doesn't stop, doesn't do anything, doesn't do pickups. But he will give you a little bit of...
That is awful.
Ireland, your thoughts. Or Trudell, your thoughts.
Gotta say, I don't hear it.
Play it again. 1 more, 3, 2, 1.
You ever notice the harsh feeling and chlorine taste in LA's water?
Chlorine.
Not what it sounds like to me.
No. Mike's not hearing
What does it sound like to you?
Just perfect English. That's all I hear.
Don't belittle me.
Don't belittle me.
So you don't hear the...
Nope. Not what it sounds like to my ear.
All right.
One more time. Can I hear it one more time? Let's see. Maybe he's right. Maybe Trudell's right.
No.
You ever notice the harsh feeling and chlorine taste in LA's water?
You don't hear it.
I don't hear it.
Okay, that's okay.
It's a very professionally done read.
No, he's a professional.
Yeah.
He's John Ireland. Hey.
There's no doubt he's a professional. That's
3-2.
exactly right.
All right, meanwhile, let's get to our wacky story in the 7 o'clock hour. And for that, we go to the wacky story desk and producer Lindsay Baseball.
It's not really wacky. It's just funny. Jorge and I were hanging out here after the show yesterday, getting some work done. And we noticed on Pat McAfee's show that they were talking about glory holes. And Jorge's like, what? What did Jerry Jones say? So we potted it up, and this is what we heard.
We're talking about Jerry Jones this week on radio show. He explains what a glory hole is. Please run this from 105.3.
Okay, well, I haven't seen this. Yeah.
105.3, The Fan. Glory hole talk.
Jerry, his agent said, really, I'm getting him signed over there because I want to know Jerry's definition of glory hole and if it's the same as mine. That came from Jadavion's agent. So could you just clarify that for him?
Well, he knows it's an oil field term. Comes from out when you're in the business of drilling wells, and it's when you've basically made a big well, and if mentally or physically picture just drilling a well and all of a sudden having all the oil start coming out at once and going in the air, and that's when you've known you've hit a glory hole. You've known you've hit a glory hole.
I've danced with the devil.
Oh, no.
Easy there. What do you call him, Brett?
You've known you've hit a glory hole.
Trudell, you ever hit a glory hole?
You got him.
I've danced with the devil.
We can leave it right there.
Negative Ghost Rider, the pattern is full.
7:56, good morning. We're just going to leave it.
What did everybody else think that meant? What did everybody else think a glory hole was?
Cappy, don't do too much. Just leave it.
I do know a lot about the oil fields thanks to watching Landman.
Right,
Cap.
exactly. Landman.
Great show.
Like my favorite player on the Rams, Nate Landman.
Cappy, real quick, tell us about our friends at Sellers Advantage, please.
Oh, I would love to. Hey, guys, listen, let me tell you something right now. Yesterday, maybe it was the day before, but you've seen that the Fed has lowered interest rates by 1/4 point, and the expectation is that the interest rates will actually go down further. So people assume that when the interest rates go down, people are going to be more inspired to go out and buy homes. We had a very long conversation about this the other night with the Hernandez brothers. The thing is if you notice in your neighborhood, if there's a for sale sign on a house, it's sitting there longer and longer and longer. The power today, it seems like, is with the buyer because the seller will continue to lower their price to inspire people to buy. Why are you wasting your time with any of this nonsense? Don't hire agents. Don't listen to an agent that says pump $100,000 into your house for paint and decorations and landscaping so that we can get more out of your house. You don't want to deal with an agent. You don't want to pay commissions. You don't want to put money out. You don't want people trampling through your home for open houses. Listen to me. Talk to Sellers Advantage. My man Damon Lyons, their CEO, talk to Sellers Advantage. They come to your home. They analyze it. They will make a very competitive cash offer, and they will buy the house as is. You don't have to do anything. They buy the house as is. And listen, when they come and they analyze and they make that offer, it's up to you. Do you want to take that offer or do you not want to take that offer? And more often than not, because we've spoken to a lot of Sellers Advantage customers, more often than not, they actually offer you more than you're expecting. And, oh, by the way, here's a little more. If you need cash to move, because you got most of your cash locked up in the equity of your home, they'll even offer you $20,000 of an advance for moving costs. So call Sellers Advantage, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, like the way they're going to buy the house, 888-390-2747, or make it even easier on yourself, sellersadvantage.com.
All right, 7:58. Good morning. Thank you so much, Cappy. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. Morning roll call time, 877-710-ESPN. You want to talk about how the Dolphins may be good? You want to talk about how the Raiders are going to get smacked on Sunday? Or maybe you want to talk about glory holes. I don't know.
How about you know you've hit a glory hole.
Exactly.
How about some Kershaw love?
And some Kershaw love. By the way, we still got to play some Kershaw.
Yeah, more.
Kershaw playoff highlights. That's in the 8 o'clock hour.
You're a bad
Fergie start
guy.
crying.
You're a bad guy.
Sedano and Kap Morning Show, 7:59 at KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Morning roll call time right now. Coming up in 3 minutes right here on ESPN LA. Smile, it's Friday, sucker.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
LAX. Los Angeles International Airport, where change is in the air. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Waba Grill is an LA original, so we've got to keep it real. Real fresh with our Asian-inspired menu that's grilled to order every time.
Take me up and never put me down.
Real quality with our marinated proteins like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Enjoy $5 happy hour weekdays after 3 p.m. with our 5-piece pork veggie dumplings and a value-sized premium beverage drink like our tangy passion fruit lemonade. Waba Grill, keeping it real every day for you.
Ever had one of these moments? You're at the checkout, heart pounding, wondering if your card's about to get declined. Or you need to hit urgent care, but payday is still days away. Or hey, maybe your weekend poker face didn't quite pay off. That's where Cash Call comes in. We'll spot you $1,000 anytime, day or night. Just apply online and we'll load the cash right to your debit card in about 10 minutes. Boom, problem solved. We charge just $50 for this loan, and you can pay it back over 12 months at $96.87 per month. Or, if you can knock it out early, you can stop the interest in its tracks. Need a quick grand? Get it now at cashcall.com. APR is 28.73%, subject to credit approval. Loans made pursuant to the California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation. Cashcall.com. That's cashcall.com.
Hey, it's Mace. Listen up, people. We are taking the show on the road to my favorite spot in the home of the song of the summer.
Find what you love.
Total Wine and More. Join Mason in Ireland, the Laker Girls, and a special appearance by Big Game James Worthy at Total Wine and More in Beverly Hills today from noon to 3. We'll be at Total Wine and More, 9527 West Pico Boulevard at Pico in Beverly. See you today from noon to 3 at Total Wine and More in Beverly Hills.
You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
Drink responsibly, B21.
George Chevrolet's model year-end sell-a-thon is here. With new vehicles arriving daily, they're cranking up the savings to move every remaining 25 model in stock. For a limited time, save up to $10,000 on a brand new Silverado 1500, $5,000 off select Tahoe and Suburbans, and over $22,000 off a Silverado EV work truck. Prior rental next to new and ready for your business. Visit George Chevrolet in Bellflower or at georgechevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Discount calculated off MSRP because select models. These offer approved by Virginia Financial. It's 93025. Full details call 866-949-4805.
This is Joe Budden. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. So I'm here to make sure you don't miss any of the daily fantasy action this football season with Prize Picks, where it's good to be right.
Download the Prize Picks app today and use code PLAYNOW to get $50 in site credits after you play your first $5. That's code PLAYNOW to get $50 in site credits after you play your first $5. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams Super Sale and get 40% off paints and stains September 19th through the 24th. With prices starting at $29.39, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your interior or exterior, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store or shop the sale online. Delivery available on qualifying orders. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
.803, good morning. Sedano and Kap, Friday morning.
It's a Hina Friday with Mike Trudell.
Yes, it is. Happy Hina Friday. Anyway, you are celebrating. Celebrate properly.
Well, it is your birthday.
And It's my birthday.
Yes, that's right.
That's the bigger news, and you're still with us for another year, which we're celebrating.
Yeah.
And
You've known you've hit a glory hole.
And maybe some of that. Actually, no, not some of that. Not some of that.
Well, you did. I mean, you did make a
I
comment.
dance with the devil.
You did make a comment earlier when I was eating a cupcake out of your mouth.
You did eat a cupcake out of my mouth earlier. I'm sure the social team's working on some sort of post for that, so you'll be able to see that at ESPN Los Angeles. Morning roll call time. Cappy, tell us how the morning roll call is made possible by, please.
Oh, it's made possible by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Can I just ask one quick question? Why is it every time you guys play Jerry Jones talking about dancing with the devil?
I've danced with the devil.
It's one of my favorite drops we have.
Why is it that every time you play it, the social team on YouTube shows a picture of me and Jerry Jones intimating that I'm the freaking devil.
By the way, before we get to Rich in Ontario for our morning roll call, Trudell, last Friday we were at the ESPN LA Golf Classic. We're standing very close to each other, all of us, on the set. You know how that goes.
Sure.
And Cappy talks about how he used to interview Jerry Jones back in his Westwood One CBS television days. And he says he's got medicine breath because he's old. Like his mouth and his breath smells like medicine, an old man who takes medicine. And Lindsay said, well, what kind of medicine? And that is when Cappy said, chemotherapy pills.
Chemo breath is what he said.
So bad.
Are you serious?
That's terrible, Cat.
Well, I didn't know at the time that Jerry was battling cancer. In fact, I don't think anybody did until the Dallas Cowboys, docu-series came out. And so it never occurred to me. I just was like, well, he's an older guy. I'm sure he takes a lot of medication because you stand close to him, Mike, and you have to stand there with your face like as if he's not gassing you down with his breath, So then they were like, well, what kind? I'm like, well, I guess, because he had cancer, I don't know, maybe like chemotherapy, I guess. I don't know.
And I call them chemo breath.
I could have come up with like other medications that he could be on. I don't know.
It wasn't that calm either. It was like, like chemo breath.
Yeah,
my goodness.
My official reaction is to condemn Cappy and to not be associated with that.
Well, listen,
that's my reaction.
It's unfortunate, but listen, everybody in this audience, I'm going through it right now with two friends. I have a friend who I've been told, hey, you better get up to Temecula this weekend.
This is when he tries to explain it.
I'm just saying.
Everybody in their life has friends. And
right,
people,
exactly.
So don't try to belittle what you said.
No, I'm not belittling it. Jerry had cancer. That's what I smelled his breath. It was very medicine-y.
All right, meanwhile, let's go to Rich in Ontario. Rich at 8:06. Good morning,
let
sir.
me explain my way out of that, are you?
Nope. Good morning, Rich.
Rich A. from Ontario calling in to wish Morales a happy birthday. Hey, despite all the gutless bum haters out there, man, you bring to the front end frivolity. You make everyone's day a little bit brighter. So keep shining your light, man.
Thank you,
Have
Rich
a
in
good
Ontario.
one.
I appreciate that. You
Yeah.
scumbag. Thank you for telling me happy Thank you for telling me happy birthday.
You gutless bum in Ontario. By the way, Chris, seemed like a great event yesterday with DeMarco and Trav and the entire team out there in the Inland Empire yesterday.
Absolutely.
That looked great.
Looked like a party. Oh, party. Mario Lopez was out there.
Yeah.
Ozo Motley.
And the Queen sent me videos last night of Ozo Motley tearing that place apart. So, and I like the name of the new team, the affiliate for the Dodgers. I think it's the Tower Buzzers. That was pretty cool. I like
Tower Buzzers, a beautiful name. I like to buzz the tower every once in a while.
What's a tower buzzer?
Like Maverick, buzzing the tower, taking the jet past the.
Oh, so
it makes
it's
your
not a
coffee shake.
bird. Okay.
It's a bird, like a plane.
Okay.
Yeah, like when an F-18 goes flying by and it makes the whole world shake. You're buzzing the tower.
Tower 12. This is Maverick requesting flyby. That.
But of course, the big news yesterday.
I will remember you.
Rendon in the air to left. Taylor goes back to the wall, and it's gone.
This is
Anthony Rendon, a leadoff homer in the 8th, and it is a one-run game.
Really? This is our bit.
Oh, wait, it's not done.
Is that Ernie Johnson?
He's a legend.
He is a legend in the
Hall of
regular
Famer.
season.
First ballot. Rendon gets something down right here. I'm guessing that slider of his.
I think Rendon can play, too.
Just gets it out to.
It's a long highlight. Hold on, stand by.
I mean, it's a ball down.
Oh, they replay it here on the video.
This is something I never need to see. I was there. I
I
watched
know.
it.
I was watching it. I wasn't there in person.
Yeah, guess what? The next pitch that he
Yeah, well, we're waiting for that on the thing. This is my fault for not editing it on. But
Come on, Chris. Do better,
no, it's
man.
my fault. But we're going to get to it here in a second. Oh, here we go.
Shocked.
And here's Juan Soto.
Oh, here's Juan Soto. Oh!
In the air to deep right center field, and there she goes. We are tied.
Today is not the day for this slander.
I agree with you, Bergie. I agree.
Clayton Kershaw last night says, it is a final.
How dare you?
Listen. You want to blast away at a Dave Roberts bobblehead? I understand. Today, the Joe Davis bobblehead that I'm getting for you, and Armin is having it delivered to the radio station. You want to beat up on the Joe Davis bobblehead? I can be there for that. But on the day after Clayton Kershaw, a Dodger legend, a Major League Baseball legend,
a Hall of Famer,
surefire Hall of Famer, and you're going to beat up on his postseason failures?
An amazing
today?
regular season pitcher. And here's my issue when people say, oh, he's the greatest Dodgers pitcher of all time. In the regular season, maybe. But when you talk about the playoffs, you can't compare him to Orel Hershiser or Sandy Koufax.
So the Sandy Koufax one, you completely understand. I don't think anybody says he's the greatest pitcher of all time for the Dodgers.
Oh, Mason says it all the time.
Well, I mean,
of course,
Freeman
Mason
said it
became a
yesterday,
Dodgers
too.
fan in like 2007, but still.
I mean, Kershaw is, I think he's like 5th all time in WHIP.
You're talking about regular season.
His regular season numbers, you could argue he's like the best regular season pitcher ever.
Also, if you go looking into his playoff history, most of these things happened in the 7th inning when he shouldn't have been out there anyway.
So
they just kept throwing him out there and letting Matt Adams hit home runs.
But Orel Hershiser and Sandy Koufax pitch complete games in World Series games.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kershaw has had several excellent postseason games. He's only played 39 total, but many of those were very good.
He's had 2 excellent World Series games.
Well, game 1 of the World Series.
He's had some other bad playoff games.
He's had a couple bad playoff games. There's no doubt.
Yeah. Game 1 of the World Series versus the Astros, he was phenomenal. And they won that game.
All right.
Phenomenal.
Let me ask you this, though. So, Morales, just thinking about Cappy, right, as an on-air talent, on-air host.
Okay.
What percentage of the time do you think that he's great versus the time that he stinks?
Chris.
No. I know the bit you're going to do, but I would say, in all honesty, Cappy's great 90% of the time.
Oh, I would think that's too high.
No,
that's too high.
Okay.
If he's with an ensemble, if he's solo, he's great 5%.
Now, okay? So how much of that 10%, I guess, right? The not great, do you focus on relative to the 90?
Well, you're talking about 90-10. So, of course, I don't focus on the 10 because 90% is great. And I would say this.
But today it sounds like you're focusing on Kershaw on the negative.
But that's the 10% in the World Series. That's pretty important, or in the playoffs. When it is go time and we have a big show or we're live in person or we have a huge ensemble ready to go, Cappy is 100 out of 100. He's amazing.
Hear that? Hear that, Trudell?
I have no doubt when I say
Amazing.
to Cappy, hey, today's a big day, or hey, let's do a bit, Cappy performs.
Now, what if there was opposition that Cappy had to deal with?
You have to be able to meet the moment in life, Trudell, and I have no doubt that Sedano and Cappy always meet the moment.
All right,
I think
wondering if you're being a
Ireland
little
always meets the moment.
How about this?
No. Not even close.
You're not going deeper into the roster?
Well, we
The
can,
roster.
but there's a reason why Sedano and Cap are doing mornings.
Anyway,
I didn't say any
started being a little
slander.
harsh on
I
Kershaw.
complimented somebody.
Yeah.
Right. And, by the way, not only did he compliment somebody, he also accepted responsibility for a very long highlight, which normally is met with, whose fault is this? So this has been an excellent morning for the birthday boy. However, I think today is a day where you celebrate Clayton Kershaw, because not only did he yesterday make his announcement of his retirement, tonight will be his final start at Dodger Stadium in his career. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be his final pitching performance, but unless there's something major that happens, this is likely to be his very final start at Dodger Stadium. And while it's true, there have been postseason failures, and that is a criticism of his career. To me, the reason I think it's more worthy of celebration today is because of the way it is ending. This guy got his body back together. And by the way, when you look at him, you know how people beat up on Patrick Mahomes? They're like, look at him with the dad bod. How can this guy be this world-class quarterback, great athlete? Look at that dad bod. Look at Clayton Kershaw. Clayton Kershaw has got the ultimate dad bod with 4 kids and a 5th on the way. But that being said, he has sacrificed his body. He has sacrificed his family to create this career with this type of longevity. And Bergie, I'll just say this. This year, and I said this at the very beginning of the year because everybody ridiculed me when I said, don't pitch him until after the All-Star game. The fact that he missed the early part of the season and he was able to come back, he has been a critical, integral part of this Dodgers season and this starting pitching staff.
Not only has he been critical, they are not where they are without him. If they do not have Clayton Kershaw this year, they are not in first place in the NL West. They may not even be in the playoff race without Clayton Kershaw this year. He's been that important.
Bergman, I want to try to extrapolate that from his career, and it's going to sound like an excuse for some of the postseason failures, but he has carried such a ridiculous load
as
a pitcher over the course of his career and gotten the Dodgers anytime they needed a win right in the regular season to get into position to qualify for the postseason. And I'm not saying that can completely excuses some of the blow-ups that have happened, but it is related to me. You could even think of, Morales is going to like this, an NBA player that has to do so much for his team in the regular season that they don't quite have the full stamina to get through the postseason. And I think that it should at least be considered when we're looking at it, because it's not like the arm talent isn't there. It's not like he doesn't have the electric stuff. I just think some of those times he maybe ran out of gas a little bit because of the load that he carried without having an excellent staff around him, where he was often the only elite pitcher, or maybe they had one or two others alongside him. Does that sound too excusey?
Meet the moment. LeBron James, as much as I love to ridicule him, when he's in the NBA Finals, he meets the moment. And he has won many times. Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, they meet the moment.
Yes, but, okay, the caveat there, though, is that when they have star teammates around them, they're better able to sustain that moment in the highest levels of the finals. In other words, Michael Jordan didn't win, right, until Scottie Pippen came along.
Are you saying that
right?
Clayton Kershaw didn't have great teams on those
no,
playoff
I
runs?
think he didn't have, and again, Greg, feel free to jump in again, but I don't think he had the depth of, like, the current Dodgers starting pitching staff, right, what it is right now. Kershaw was often carrying staffs, carrying not just the starters but the bullpen all the way through the 162, and then you asked him to go out and get everybody out on the best teams in the American League in the playoffs. That's what I'm positive.
Sure, he did. He had other guys on the staff. He had Greinke for a while that was doing things, and Rich Hill was a big part of that whole thing. But for the most part, it was him. Kershaw Day became a thing because when there was a losing streak happening, yes, in the regular season, Kershaw Day came in and they won that game.
It wasn't Rich Hill Day.
It. Yeah, exactly. Kershaw Day is a real thing that will live on forever.
Yeah.
And even in the postseason, he did have a ton of good moments. The fact of the matter is, he's been in the postseason so many times that you were going to have some bad outings.
Yeah.
He's still 11-11. He won 11 games. He won World Series games. He is that guy. But first ballot, he should be a unanimous Hall of Famer, even though the writers are stupid. No, he won't be.
You don't think he will be?
No, because the writers are stupid.
I was actually just thinking that. Like, do you think? I feel like
he's worthy of it, but because the writers say, "Oh no, we can only have one."
Do you think there'll be one idiot that?
Yes,
there will be one.
Oh, didn't that happen with Derek Jeter a couple years ago? Right.
There's only one, Mariano Rivera, and they say, no, well, I'm going to use my pick and put it on somebody else so he's not unanimous. And it's so dumb.
And by the way, somebody better fact check me on that. But there was somebody who was like a big name, who was like an automatic, and everybody assumed it was no problem. And there was always that one guy. But here's the other thing that we should be celebrating with regards to Kershaw. And Chris, your point is made. He wasn't always perfect in the postseason. And as Bergie points out, a 500 record in the postseason. However, here's one thing about Kershaw that should be celebrated. This career, we talk about longevity. Let's also add another layer. Chris, I know you like layers, okay? Here's another layer. Build it. He did it all for the exact same franchise. If Clayton Kershaw were playing for somebody else right now and he were making this announcement and Dodger fans were like, you know what, there were 13 really great years for Kershaw. No. The entire body of work was in the same uniform. So if you want to go back and you want to look at other guys who are legendary pitchers, you say to yourself, hey, Greg Maddux, great. He was an amazing pitcher. But you know what? When he left the Braves, he went on to play for other teams. Roger Clemens was an incredible pitcher, but he didn't just do it for the same team. These guys bounced around and they moved from team to team. Clayton Kershaw goes down in history as an LA sports icon and as a Dodger legend, more so because of not just the longevity, the fact that he did the entire thing.
It does mean more.
In one uniform. And by the way, let me tell you something. As somebody who got to see his entire career, as we all did, from 2008 till right now, that's an incredible accomplishment in this environment of sports, to play for just one franchise your entire career.
There's no doubt.
Well done, Cappy.
And there's like a mic drop right there.
Thanks for sticking up.
I don't know if it was a mic drop, but you know.
I mean, just there was no reaction to that at all.
By the way, your USC Trojans are back at the Coliseum as they take on Michigan State tomorrow night. Kickoff at 8 p.m. under the lights of the Peristyle. Coverage begins at 6 p.m. right here on ESPN LA with the Trojan Tailgate Show. Saturday's game is presented by Coke. Come on out and cheer on your Trojans. Fight on.
Fight on.
Fight on.
Yes.
Fight on.
So
Fight
we decided
on.
to not go to this game on Saturday night.
No, I'm having a little a shindig. Hey, everybody. Tonight is family dinner at my house with my parents, my uncle, Stephanie, and Stephanie's mom.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow night is a little bit of Stephanie's family, a little barbecue, having the Taco Man come over to Stephanie's house.
Okay. Now,
No, I would prefer to do that than go to the Coliseum on a Saturday night that late for Michigan State.
What time is the Fiesta, though, tomorrow night, though?
Well, we're watching the USC game. So the Taco Man shows up at 7 p.m.
Okay.
But at Stephanie's house, I got Otis the Bunny.
Send Daddy. I'll be there.
Well, that was going to be my next question. Like, are we allowed to crash this if we want to?
Well, everyone's invited, but if you're going to come to Whittier on a Saturday night, knock yourself out. Whittier where the girls are prettier.
I just will say that there's a part of me.
But you're not allowed to bring Rachel.
Why?
Because I'm not buying enough booze.
Well,
for
hold
her.
on.
He's at the lodge this weekend, remember?
Do you think Rachel, though, might be more interested in going now that once she sees the video of me eating the cupcake out of your mouth and kind of taking some heat off of Cappy? Do you think maybe that could help you guys' relationship?
Or she says this, I will go, but I don't want to see you and Chris sharing a taco.
Here's what I'm going to say, and I mean this in the nicest way possible.
Yeah, what are you going to say?
Rachel doesn't seem like a Whittier person.
No.
And she also doesn't seem like Taco Man in the backyard type person.
Oh, no, she's a total Taco Man in the backyard person. That is for sure. And I would argue, regardless of where it is.
You're like, you know what I'm saying.
White people taco.
Exactly.
Night.
I don't know if she's talking about like brown Taco Man in the back. You know what I mean?
Ground beef, cheese. That's
exactly.
Let me ask you a question. What do you think the white people hire? You know what I'm saying? I mean, they hire the same Taco Man you hire.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. If you want to come over, come to Whittier.
Listen, I want to celebrate you. All right? I want to celebrate that you are here. I want to celebrate how fortunate we all are that you are still here. Because let's not forget, 8 months ago, there was a real question mark about whether you would make it to today, 42 years old.
Not just that, I appreciate that you and Sedano told me the people that were questioning it in the hallways while I was out. You guys had a full report, a full FBI report.
Oh, would you stop
a full FBI report for me. 8:21, good morning. Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a Friday. Trudell's here, which means...
It's a Hina Friday with Mike Trudell.
Coming up, we've got Radio Tinder, plus Beto Duran this hour with his high school football report, thanks to Children's Hospital Los Angeles. 9 o'clock, the YouTube hour. Our new ESPN LA Kings insider, Sammy Batesesh, going to join us, tell us about another legend in LA retiring. That's all ahead. Smile, it's Friday. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on, Jack.
I'm taking care of business, woman, can't you see?
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
Providence. Providence, caring with compassion in Southern California.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Every drive ends with an opportunity to save at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. Right now, you can take advantage of 1.9% financing for 63 months on a new 2025 Subaru Crosstrek, or 2.9% financing for 48 months on a new 2025 Subaru Forester. For complete details, visit OceanSubaruOC.com.
With approved credit through Subaru Motors Finance. Not all buyers or vehicles will qualify, plus tax, tag, title, and dock fee. $0 security deposit. Offers do not combine and are not available on previous purchases. See dealer for complete details. Expires 9/30/2025.
Sure, I'll admit it. Fantasy football is my jam. Is that still a thing people say? Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Bring your A game and watch the big games all season.
Number 2.
Claim your retro piece diffuser September 23rd when you earn 500 points on your rewards card.
And the number 1 reason.
Nothing but a good time when Bret Michaels brings his Rock the World Tour to Morongo, November 21st.
Morongo, good times.
Corazon. Hey, it's Mace. Listen up, people. We are taking the show on the road to my favorite spot in the home of the song of the summer.
Find what you love.
Total Wine and More. Join Mason in Ireland, the Laker girls, and a special appearance by Big Game James Worthy at Total Wine and More in Beverly Hills today from noon to 3. We'll be at Total Wine and More, 9527 West Pico Boulevard at Pico in Beverly. See you today from noon to 3 at Total Wine and More in Beverly Hills.
You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
Drink responsibly, B21.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Paying extra for tire care is BS. You know, bad service. So at Midas, we're rolling out our BS-free tire guarantee, included with paid installation and tax on every purchase. You'll pay nothing for flat replacements, nada for flat repairs, and zilch for tire rotations every 5,000 miles. That's $0 for all that. So with this limited lifetime tire guarantee, you'll pay a whole lot of nothing compared to what the other guys charge for tire care. That's the BS-free tire guarantee, only at Midas.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. You're starting your day with the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA. Don't forget my show. The Rich Eisen Show is coming up this morning at 9 on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app. Now, back to the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
8:25, good morning. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on this September 19th. On this day, back in 1990, Goodfellas premiered in theaters. Of course, this song, Eric Clapton, the back half of Layla. It's a long song. Remember, it's iconic, this whole scene, right?
Totally. Because remember, Ray Liotta's character is in his kitchen, and he's trying to, make sure that everything is done. And the babysitter is like, I'm not flying without my hat. And he's like, are you kidding me? No, I can't do it. I can't fly without my hat. And, the helicopters are kind of circling, and everybody's closing in on them. And
that was a different song that they used for that, but that's okay.
Really? That's the way. That's what I hear.
This is used when it's the end, and he says, "We used to be something. We used to be good fellas."
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's okay though.
Really? Different song.
Different song. That's used for that.
What was the song that I'm thinking then?
I believe that's George Harrison that's used for that scene.
What song?
I'm trying to think the title, but I wasn't really prepared to go deep into Goodfellas right now.
Oh, no, it's what I thought I hear when I
solo
what I see.
That's when he's spazzing out going, you see helicopters? You want to see helicopters? And for much of my life, I saw helicopters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, by the way, so if I'm always down for a fact check. So
Fat Joe, or what'd you say?
No, fact check.
Fat Jack.
Yeah, fact check. Fact check. So, somebody fact check me and tell me what song was it in Goodfellas that I'm thinking from that scene.
I believe it's What Is Life.
Happy, by the way, I was getting the helicopter sound effect ready, and Chris is like, no, it's not it.
I believe it's What Is Life now that it's popping in my head. I had 3 strokes, so sometimes things don't come right to me. So here we go. Hold on. This is the song that you're thinking of when he's freaking out. And we've got an ad because we don't play for YouTube Premium here. So well, maybe one day. Maybe for next year's birthday, that's what the company will get me. Yeah, this is when he's freaking out. When he's driving all around. That's a helicopter sound effect. That's not in the song. Sound more familiar, Cappy?
No.
All right.
Never mind then.
So, Cappy, do you want to go back to your original story then? And just
Radio Tinder in just a few moments.
Yes, okay. Mike. I feel very confident in my original story.
All right, let's stick with that.
Chris, you say Radio Tinder is on the way. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, great. I'm looking forward to Radio Tinder.
Why don't you vamp for like 90 seconds?
I don't need to vamp.
I just want to break things up a little bit.
When do you? Didn't you used to make football picks on Fridays?
Is that
we
not
did.
Happening
Anymore, or what?
No, we did, Mike. But the thing is that with Sedano going to all of these remote locations for college football, we don't get George on Fridays, so we get him on Thursdays. And so we made all of our picks yesterday, and this is an important week for us because Chris has somehow.
You mean somehow?
Oh, did he edge in front of the Sedano?
As though I am not a football pigskin prognostication guy.
Oh, no. It's just that, what's happened around here? Everybody's gotten really competitive. Okay, for example, Bergie here says to me,
yes, Lindsay's been trying to sabotage me for 2 weeks with fuzzy math, as George W. Bush once said.
It's not fuzzy math. It's not. It's as George W. Sedano pointed out yesterday. She doesn't understand the lines. Okay, and so
I
now,
had the Houston. Since that line, I had it wrong. I had the Houston picks as green instead of the Tampa Bay picks, but nobody should have been green.
She two things that 2 and 2 equals banana.
Just like Cappy's son.
Hey, I was an English major. What can I say?
So, Mike, we made our picks yesterday, and the one game that I should say a couple of games we're really focusing in on.
Against the spread, you're obviously.
Right,
Okay.
right. First game that we're focusing in on is Rams at Eagles tomorrow. Or Sunday, rather. And the Eagles are 3.5-point favorites. And everybody who's a Rams fan knows what Saquon Barkley did to the Rams last year, both in the regular season game in L.A. and the postseason game in Philadelphia. The key to this game, the key to this game is, can the Rams contain Saquon Barkley? Can the Rams force Jalen Hurts to beat them with his arm?
Which, by the way, he hasn't really thrown much at all the first 2 weeks. They've just been running the ball down the field with tush pushes.
And as Chris Jones said to him on the field with the Kansas City Chiefs last week, man, you ain't even throw for 100 yards. And Jalen Hurts is like, yeah, but look at the scoreboard, bro. So it is critical that the Rams front seven force Jalen Hurts to throw the football by shutting down the run.
And with the outrage about the tush push from last week, with everybody like, oh, they're moving the whole line, and the NFL actually responded, which was kind of shocking, right, to say that they are going to be calling, what was it? They said they're going to call it tighter, essentially? Or like the refs are going to be all over it or whatever.
You got to always call it tighter.
Well, and if that takes away, Cappy, that could impede the Eagles' running game a little bit, right? And then all of a sudden, you're back to your kind of central argument here. So I like the Rams. Who picked the Rams, by the way? Did you?
I think we all
picked
did,
the Rams.
Right?
No, Briones took Philly with his 5.
Oh, okay.
By the way, we're all talking about stopping the tush push. They're not going to stop the tush push. You just have to outscore them.
I don't know. I think that a lot of people think next year they're going to change it.
No, I said
shouldn't.
Well, I understand, but for this Sunday, they're not going to change it.
Well,
so you're not going to stop.
It's not.
The Rams' defense is not going to stop the tush push. You have to outscore them.
No, here's what's going to stop the tush push. The refs are going to call offside.
like a procedure penalty.
They're going to call false
So
start.
even if they weren't offsides, the tush push still is going to beat you if you don't outscore them. You're not going to stop the tush push, no matter whether it's false start or not.
Yes, you are.
No, you're not.
Because if you get one false start, then all of a sudden they're going to be in their heads, and maybe they won't do it anymore.
Well,
and even
not
if
only
they cut
that,
it in half of the attempts, and they do 2 tush pushes instead of 6,
But
then
how
you're
about
winning
this?
if you're the Rams.
How about if the refs
Hashtag
throw
winning.
If the refs throw a flag on the tush push for a procedure, and now all of a sudden, instead of it being 4th and inches, it's now 4th and 5, you have then mitigated the tush push. So the Rams-Eagles is the primary game I know we're focusing in on. Secondarily, for us, the Raiders at the Commanders, because there's a big question mark about what the Commanders are going to have or not have at quarterback.
Let me stop, Cappy. The big question mark is how bad are the Raiders?
Stink.
No, that's not the big question.
Yes, it is.
No.
Nobody outside of us is wondering about the Raiders Commanders.
No.
Oh, I totally disagree.
I'm with Cappy.
We have a lot of Raider fans.
You guys are both Raiders fans.
That's right. Raider Cap in the house.
That's right.
But here's the good thing about all the Raider fans that listen to us, and there's a lot of Raider fans in Southern California. They're Raiders fans no matter what, and they know that their team is bad. They don't care.
You know what's a better game than that?
Yeah, they do.
You know what's a better game than that, Cappy? I don't know. You're going to like this.
Don't say the Vikings.
You're not going to like this. Well, I'm not going to.
The battle of the backups?
That is one. Cincinnati at Minnesota. No, it's Broncos at Chargers. That's a better game.
That's the next game I'm getting to. Broncos-Chargers is a huge game because Sedano is enjoying, not that he's a Charger fan, he just knows that it's agonizing pain for me.
Yeah.
So therefore, he just comes in on a Monday just to rub it in.
Ooh, they look good, baby.
Yeah, they looked good against Kansas City in Week 1. I'll grant you that.
And they smacked your Raiders around.
They smacked them like a rented mule.
They really didn't.
Yeah, they did.
They really didn't. No, they did not.
The Raiders, led by Pete Carroll with his Werther's original in his pocket, there was never a doubt
beat them down.
that the Chargers weren't going to win.
Are you a Charger fan?
No, I'm not.
No.
But the
Trudell.
Chargers are leading me.
I'm a Vikings fan. I do root for the Chargers though, because I got a lot of buddies that work for them, and I'm not playing into. I wouldn't root just against Cappy.
Oh, I am.
But
Thank you, Michael.
I have buddies that work there.
I'm picking the Chargers every week just to annoy Cappy.
And
well,
I like
that's
how
all
they
right.
play.
The good news is the Broncos will show everybody this weekend that the Broncos defense is significantly better than the Raiders defense, and the things that the Chargers did against the Broncos. Okay, well, that may be true. And listen, they shouldn't have lost that game. We'd have a whole different perception right now about Denver.
Ridiculous call.
Hey, Trudell, what do you think about the whole Tom Brady in the booth thing? Big controversy this week.
It didn't move me as much as it seemed to move everybody else. I was kind of like,
You hear the vampire music? That's our bit. That Tom Brady's a vampire.
He definitely is.
Possible. It's a fair question. What did it bother anyone in here particularly?
Everyone.
Seems to bother everybody.
No, I
Bothered all of you?
care.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, you don't care because you're a Raiders fan again.
Partly, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
You're like, yeah, damn it. Woo!
There's one other like headline game to me. I mean, this was kind of obvious. It's on our networks, right? But Lions at Ravens. That's a fun one.
Lions at Ravens on Monday night. See, I'm the only one that picked the Lions. Everybody else here thinks that the Lions are trash.
I picked the
Lions.
Lions. I did pick the Lions.
There's 3 people that took it.
I believe in us.
Because of the point spread. I didn't.
We believe in us.
Yeah.
Tell them, Linz.
I'll go Baltimore there.
Yeah, Baltimore's going to win that game.
I don't know.
They're just the better team overall, and the Lions are
Baltimore
not great
might
on the
win.
road.
I'm just
Yeah,
taking
you
the
see with
points.
Yeah, it's a
4.5.
Yeah,
Just a touchdown.
Detroit. It looked like the offense. Because Green Bay obviously looked great in Week 1, but then Detroit kind of looked more like Detroit. But was that partly because they were going against the Bears?
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
Just
How about a little kick ass on 3? 1, 2, 3. Kick ass.
You tell him, Coach. Way to coach, Coach.
So, Cappy, how confident are you that you're going to come up on top of the group this week?
I'm one of these guys that when we get off the air, everything that happened on the air, I pretty much forget. So I have no recollection at all of who I picked, other than I know for sure I picked the Rams.
Okay.
I picked against the Chargers, and I'm sure I picked the Raiders. I don't even know what other games we picked.
We also took Cowboys, Bears, and you took Dallas.
Now, if you want to find out, you can go and listen to the podcast.
Not just that, the social team, I believe, will have a graphic up today. So
nice.
Or you could just write down your picks as you make them, like a radio professional would. But
But Morales,
why do I have to do that? I've got
you
a
are ahead of
spreadsheet.
Sedano right now. Is that correct?
I am number 1 of the group. But just barely.
But who do you want? But who do you care most about beating? Sedano, right?
I want to make sure. Well, actually, I don't care if Sedano wins, but it's a good bit that long ago Greg Bergman beat him a couple years in a row, and it was never mentioned. Because Sedano is quick to point out when he beats us.
The thing,
So that's all.
is George needs to stay either in like first or second because otherwise he'll completely lose interest in it.
Yeah.
But Sedano
He's in third right now.
Hey,
Yeah.
It's like,
So-
let's be honest, the Lakers season is starting.
Yes, exactly. He'll be like, we don't really need to do picks
I
this
just
week.
haven't been paying attention to the game
Yeah.
anymore.
But here's the thing.
There's basketball.
Yeah, I've got
He-
some of that ego in me.
He
I
was
get it.
eager to say that I was winning because he knows it annoys Cappy. What would bother
Does it
Sedano?
annoy Cappy?
Yeah, no, because you heard Cappy, how he was. So
He didn't seem like he would be annoyed if
No,
you were
it
in
annoys
first.
Cappy because he said, to everybody's surprise, Morales is in the
I'm
lead.
just not
That's
nearly
an
as
inside
competitive
shot.
as everybody. I'm not as competitive.
That's-
Everybody
that's
else
what
is
I'm
very competitive.
That's what I'm saying. So then why does he think that it
Because
bothers you, Cappy?
Cappy was like, was part of CBS Sidelines, Westwood One, so he's like, I know football.
I'm an insider.
Yeah.
Ball knower.
Just like Sedano thinks
Ball
he knows
knowers.
Yeah, Sedano knows more NBA than all of us. But here's what will bother Sedano the most if Bergman beats him.
Yeah.
That
Is
will burn
true.
Sedano the
That
most.
is true.
Yep.
That is true.
And what's the current tally with Bergman and
Well, you
Sedano?
stop asking questions that we're not prepared for.
I got it right here. So
Okay.
Yeah, because when I
Morales
come
is
in,
prepared.
you never throw anything at me that I wouldn't be prepared for. That's literally how you.
It's a
script the
Hina
show
Friday
when I come in.
with
but
Mike
I'm not allowed to
Trudell.
ask a sports question.
I'll eat a
Morales
cupcake out of my mouth. I wasn't
Morales
prepared
has
for that.
19. I have 18. Cappy and Sedano have 17. Lindsay has 15.
Someone
and
here
Briones has
prepared.
11.
Okay, but I knew Bergman would have that.
Briones is terrible.
Yeah, this is a competition where I'm getting
Yeah,
close to
swag.
winning.
You know what swag means?
What?
Scientific wild ass guess. That's what I'm
That's
doing
you,
every Friday.
Way to go, LA.
Good job, Cappy.
8:37.
It's Friday, Chris.
Happy birthday, Chris.
Radio
it's
Tinder
Friday,
time.
bro.
You gotta pay the premium.
There it is.
There is more to life than what you're living. So take a chance and face the wind.
Radio Tinder time, we like to play a TV theme like this one. You know what this theme is?
No, because I'm not 90.
No, I do.
Well, I grew up with this show because I was
Great
born in
show.
83. This show debuted tomorrow, September 20th, back in 1984. Who's the Boss? Starring Tony Danza, premiered on
Yes.
ABC.
Hey, Bob.
My people used to say that my dad looked a little bit like Tony Danza. So always, whenever I hear it, whenever I think about Tony Danza, it makes a little
This
smile.
is when Sedano usually does the impersonation. Angela!
Tony Danza, friend
Tony
of show.
And Tony Danza, of course, once told us to go F ourselves on the
That's
show.
right. He did.
Because he thought he was going to talk to Dr. Clapper, and he didn't.
Did
but
you know that, Trudell?
It's
Radio
there's a-
Tinder music, Jorge.
It's popping into my head, Lindsay. Yeah.
Oh, you can follow her at Lindsay Baseball on Twitter or Instagram. Don't forget about our new sponsor of Radio Tinder, the Crazy Hernandez brothers. They have hardwood over at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring.
Darn
If
right
you're
they
in the
do.
market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-624-FLOOR or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale. beats wholesale. Take it away, producer Lindsay.
Thanks, Christopher. All right,
Big shout out to those guys, Steven and Carlos Hernandez. Those guys are angels. Love
Yes.
those guys.
So Eli Manning was on Peter Schrager's podcast yesterday.
Who?
Excuse me, what? You didn't
Who
hear
did
me?
you say?
I said Eli Manning was on Peter Schrager's podcast yesterday.
I thought you said Elon. It sounded like you said Elon Manning.
No, I said Eli Manning was on Peter Schrager's podcast yesterday,
Yeah.
the Schrager Hour, and he told a very funny story about Giants rookie quarterback Jackson Dart.
Right.
So I told Jackson, if you have any questions about anything, I'm here for you, football related or just, when you're deciding, what town you want to live in or this or that, or just, all of a sudden it's training camp. He calls me, one day. He's like, "Hey, you got a minute?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course." So, such a similar situation we're in, like, bringing in a veteran like Russell Wilson. They brought in
Kurt Warner. Yeah, sure.
I was like, maybe this is dealing with that or something. He goes, "Can you give me a reservation at Fort Charles tonight at 6:30?"
The best French dip in America.
Yeah. I was like, no, that's not part of the deal. Like when I said I'm happy to help out, I'm not doing that.
I get
I'm
it.
not your reservations guy. You have to earn the right to call and get your reservation.
That's amazing. Fort Charles Prime. Let me just give a little context to it. It's this 8-table restaurant in Greenwich Village in New York City. It's impossible to get a table. It's one of those where you can't just go on Open Table or Resy and get a reservation. It's probably the greatest meal I've ever had in my life.
So, when is the last time that you either received one of these requests or made one of these requests? Trudell, you go first.
Wow. This seems like a written for Cappy question.
Wow.
I first of all can't believe that I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to decide if I think that this makes me more likely to have a prominent career for Jackson Dart or less.
I think it's hilarious.
It's an idiotic thing to ask
funny.
in the context, but it also shows a certain amount of swagger or just kind of confidence that probably bodes well for that position. So I'm kind of leaning in that direction. In terms of I'm trying to think asking somebody for a favor like that. The most recent time that I asked somebody for something, so Benson Boone is playing at Crypto in a couple of weeks, and Riggs, my 5-year-old, loves Benson Boone. It's one of the top probably 3 or 4 requests. One of the other ones was Kendrick Lamar, and I'm like, I don't think I can take you to the Kendrick Lamar concert.
Good decision.
Riggs, yes. But so I asked somebody for tickets for that, and I didn't feel, since I'm like, but I'm asking for my son, so it felt like sort of a gentle approach. I wonder if Cappy has a better one that doesn't include asking Morales for stuff the other day.
I'm usually on the receiving end of requests. So, for example, I spoke to a friend the other day who I went to college with, who I haven't seen in a really long time, and we just reconnected not long ago. And he said to me, "Hey, I kind of want to take this girl out, and I feel like it would really impress her if I could get some tickets to this concert." And then he kind of gave me this line, Mike. He's like, "Maybe you and your girlfriend would like to go too." So it was essentially, "Hey, can you get me 2 tickets for me and this girl so I can show off to her? But, oh, by the way, if you and your girlfriend would like to join us, we would take that as well."
Okay.
So it was a way of him saying, get me these tickets, but I really would prefer you guys not to go. So I'm on the receiving end of a lot of those kinds of requests. I will tell you guys this. Jackson Dart asking Eli Manning to help him get a reservation at a restaurant that's very, very hard, to me, that shows the ultimate respect. Because what Jackson, because what Jackson Dart is saying to Eli is, "Hey, dude, you're a legend in New York. You won 2 Super Bowls. You beat Tom Brady in those Super Bowls. You are a legend. Bro, it's impossible. But you're the guy. You got the whole town wired. Come on. But can you help a young brother out?"
Could he have first asked him, "Hey, how do you deal with the pressure of the moment in the city?" But it just kind of, a couple conversations like that, and then down the line as they become a little closer and he's extended his hand, then you become don't you have to have a little bit more of a relationship to ask that kind of a favor to a legend?
Perhaps, but I'm
He's Gen
telling
Z,
you
so no.
that to me that's it's a respect request. Okay, you've got the juice. May I somehow utilize some of your juice? Now, here's where Jackson Dart really screwed up. If Jackson Dart wants to go to this place, he's not the starter yet. He's not a star yet. But all you got to do is do the call ahead. You call as your agent. You're like, "Hey, how you guys doing? Hey, my name is whatever. Hey, and I'm the agent for Jackson Dart, the Giants' first-round quarterback. Boy, Jackson would really like to get in and come to your place. Can we possibly find a time to get him in?" That you got to do the call ahead. It works 97.5% of the time.
It does. I used to call for Keyshawn a lot and make reservations at places for him, and it works.
Right? You see? That's right.
Keyshawn in L.A., I can believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, 844. Thank you, Lindsay, for Radio Tinder, brought to you by Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. Go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. It is a Friday morning. Happy Friday, 844 right now. Beto Duran is up next. He's got our high school football report. Thanks to Children's Hospital Los Angeles. Right here on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. Trudell's in here.
It's a Hina Friday with Mike Trudell.
Smile, Jack. We'll talk to you in 2 minutes right here on ESPN LA.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
You know that old saying, you can have it fast or you can have it good? When it comes to hiring, ZipRecruiter has put that saying to bed. Because with ZipRecruiter, when you need to hire someone fast, you get them fast, and you get the best person for your job. ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology immediately starts showing your job to the right candidates. Get in the end zone with ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. That's ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
Hey, it's Mace. Cosm is the ultimate immersive sports and entertainment experience. Inside the dome, an 87-foot wraparound screen surrounds you with the action from UFC and WWE to soccer, college football, and more. In the Cosm Hall, wall-to-wall screens let you watch every game at once. Last time I went, I watched 3 games at once with a killer craft cocktail. And now The Matrix is back for its 25th anniversary. Trust me, you haven't seen it until you've felt it like you're in it. Go to Cosm.com. That's COSM.com. I'll see you there.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, right now new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
With Robinhood, not only can you trade individual stocks and ETFs, you can also seamlessly buy and sell crypto at low costs. Trade all in one place. Get started now on Robinhood. Trading crypto involves significant risk. Crypto trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Crypto LLC. Robinhood Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Yes, spit on that thing. 846, good morning.
Oh, nice.
Did he spit?
Yes, indeed, he did spit. Tomorrow, September 20th, back in 1986, the #1 hit, Huey Lewis in the News, Stuck on You, Sucker.
We've had some fun.
Oh, I kissed that post, didn't I?
Way to hit it.
Yes, we've had our ups and downs.
I haven't heard this song in a really long time.
It's a golden oldie, eh?
It is a good song.
This sounds like a TV theme song, too, was it not?
I don't think so.
It kind of sounds like this could have been the Full House Open.
Oh, it could have been.
You know what I mean?
Tomorrow is also Pepperoni Pizza Day.
Oh.
And
is there
Queso
a chance
Day.
we can get some pepperoni pizza for the YouTube hour?
No. Well, I guess we could. I don't know.
Yeah,
It was
we
open.
probably could. I mean, the other night, Monday Night Football, we were watching the game. We'd gotten done putting down a ton of Lazy Dog, and then I said to Chris, Chris, how about a pizza?
Oh.
Pizza sounds like a good idea.
Cappy, it still is. So we're on the road in whatever city, right? And we get in late, and obviously the Lakers provide a large amount of food for us.
A cornucopia.
Sometimes it'll be late, and I 90% of the time, if I've just got to order something to the hotel, it'll just be a pepperoni pizza.
Oh,
it's
nice.
It's still the #1 thing, I think.
Well, 8:48 in the morning time on this Friday, which means when it's Friday at this time, it is time for our high school football report with the Cisco Kid. Beto Duran now joins the show, courtesy of Children's Hospital Los Angeles. Good morning, Beto.
Good morning, guys. How you doing? Trudell, always good to hear from you, my friend.
What's happening, Humberto?
¿Qué pasó, mijo?
Not a mucho. Although,
Not mucho.
Be careful how you call him Mio, because earlier he sucked the frosting right out of my mouth.
It's true.
Oh, they got you, Trudell. I've been listening. They're doing well. They're doing well, man. But you stay strong, Trudell. Don't fall into it.
I had some of the white cream on my jersey.
And chin.
From Morales. And chin.
Yeah. It's kind of gross.
Beto, you've been talking about Taft. If we can get to high school football right away in the Valley. What's up with Taft? Why? What's going on?
Okay, so Taft High is a school where our good friend, marketing consultant Mark Cates, went to. Taft High is where Steve Smith Sr. went to, so they've had a resurgence. So every single week we post on the ESPN LA Instagram account our recaps, or we do the previews of what's going on. And I say in the comments, hey, if you want us to talk about your school, do that. Yeah. And just like Cappy always says, everybody's listening, everybody's following. So the Taft High offensive coordinator, Ali, said, Beto, you guys need to talk about my team. You need to talk about my team. So Coach Ali, the OC, ask for it, we do it. So they have a quarterback named Eric Corrin, who has 7 TDs this season. Also Nathan Swinson, over 1,000 yards and 14 touchdowns. So Taft High is 4-0, and they take on Eagle Rock this week. So Coach Ali, thanks for listening. You ask, you shall receive.
All right. Hey, Beto, I got to ask you, because Thursday night, right, there was a big game last night, Sierra Canyon, Orange Lutheran. You know I'm keeping my eye on Orange Lutheran because my boy Kevin Leon is one of the coaches there. He was my punter when I was in college, so he was my punter. I was a kicker, et cetera, et cetera. He's now a coach on the Orange Lutheran staff. What happened last night?
Oh, Orange Lutheran, who is an excellent team in the Trinity League. They went to Sierra Canyon. Sierra Canyon showing why they're one of the better teams in Southern California, if not the nation. Sierra Canyon dominated 41-9. They had a trick play, a sack, a punt return, an interception, and that was a measuring stick to see where Orange Lutheran was going to be at, and it's tough. Their quarterback had no chance to throw, but you'll love this, Trudell. Sierra Canyon, Eric Sommerheimer from the LA Times nicknamed their defense the Kaboom Squad. They got dudes going to SC. They got dudes going to LSU. They have dudes up there. So Sierra Canyon trying to make some noise and say that we're going to come out there for the open division. But there was some good games on Thursday night at SoFi. Imagine this. You're a high school kid, and you get to play at SoFi. So El Medina from Orange County. Chris knows all about El Medina. They beat San Pedro 34-14, and then Los Altos right there in the 626, right off the 10 and the 60. They're 4-0. They beat Gar 47-6. North beat my school, Carson, in double overtime. Imagine that double OT win, 42-35. Marina in Huntington Beach beat Esperanza 21-7, and Muir in Pasadena put up 70 points in a win yesterday. So there's some good games on Thursday night also.
All right, there we go. So look, obviously we're going to take Cappy as representing San Diego, and I'm going to have you representing Los Angeles. What would be a good, L.A., San Diego showdown? Are there any games like that where some of the better schools between the two cities are facing off?
All right, so Los Alamitos, the Griffins, they are 5-0 right now. They are really, really good. They're making some noise. Los Al has a quarterback named Lenny Ibarra, so watch out for Lenny Ibarra. And they're taking on Granite Hills, which is one of the better teams in the San Diego County. Granite Hills, a top 5 team down there. They have a quarterback named Zachary Benitez. Cappy, remember this name. He's going to blow up this year. He has a few offers right now, but the way that he's been playing, he's going to get those big power school offers pretty soon. So Granite Hills, Los Alamitos tonight, and then, of course, Modern Day plays Bishop Gorman.
Yeah, let's focus on
Vegas that is out of control right there. So that is a game that is sold out, Cappy. High school game selling out.
Where is that game being played?
All right, so that game is let me look at you.
Are they at Bishop Gorman? Is Modern Day on the road? Or are they? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the road.
The reason I ask is, so, Beto, Bishop Gorman is, that's the high-priced private school of Vegas. And have you guys ever seen any of these videos around this team? They call them like the Oregon of high school football, because you know how Oregon has like 100 different uniform combinations. Bishop Gorman has like the same thing. So they've pumped a ton of money into that school. In fact, Beto, you may have to check me on this. I don't know if you know this or not, but did Puka Nakua go to school there?
Correct. So Bishop Gorman, you know who one of the big donors there is? The Fertitta brothers, the guys who started the UFC and with Dana White. That's why Puka calls Dana White Uncle Dana. So Dana White's kid went to Bishop Gorman. If you're a stud kid in the Vegas area, forget, let me just say, in the West Coast, probably have some kind of connection with Bishop Gorman because it's like a factory. It's like the Modern Day of Las Vegas. So they have all the studs coming there in baseball, basketball, football, whatever you name it. And when you go to that campus, and I've been there a few times, it looks like a D1 campus, man. So, that game is in Vegas. Bishop Gorman is 4-0.
I wonder, Modern Day, though, they're coming off the loss last week, right, to Centennial. And that was an incredible game. I know we talked about it earlier in the week. Corona Centennial had jumped out to this big lead after all these turnovers, and then Mater Dei came battling back, and it was a 36-36 game. Corona Centennial scored late in the game, and that's the way it finished, giving Mater Dei, who is traditionally one of the top high school football teams in the entire country, giving them their first loss. So, Beto, I don't know if I can play the Mater Dei guys versus the Bishop Gorman guys on Prize Picks. I don't know if I can bet on this game. But if I, but Beto, come on, man! In the new world of NIL, I figure everybody's trying to make money.
Relax, man.
Hey, Beto, who should? I really don't know. You tell me. Who should be favored? I mean, is Mater Dei going to go to Bishop Gorman and take them down, or is Bishop Gorman as good as advertised?
When Mater Dei was the number one team in the country last week, now it's St. John Bosco, but Gorman is a team that, Cappy, I hate talking like this, but damn, I can't believe you got me into this. Gorman would probably be the slight favorite because they're at home.
Okay. But I think Mater Dei, traditionally, they've played 4 times, and Mater Dei has won all 4 matchups in this series.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about gambling with high school kids.
Hey, look, I want to shout out the Miracosta Mustangs. All right, 3-0, Beto.
Yeah.
All right, out there by the water. Now, they don't have. I don't think they have like a huge, like a big dog on the schedule coming up. But just a little shout out to the South Bay action there for them.
Oh, we got to take care of the South Bay because Miracosta is at home tonight. So take Riggs and the boys. They're playing San Juan Hills, which is a team that went to Texas last week. So that's a good one, Trudell. And also in the South Bay, there's a kid. I've been talking about him. Paul's Verde High's Ryan Rakowski. They're playing against Banning tonight, and it's a rare night game at Paul's Verdes. So the people up the hill are letting the lights come up there. So that's a good. Marco actually met that kid Rakowski the other day.
They play Costa. I think the last game, like on Halloween, last game of the year. So that might be
beautiful.
A big one.
Let's go, man.
Yeah,
Thank you, Beto Duran, the high school football report, as always on Fridays at this time. Made possible by Children's Hospital Los Angeles. Children's Hospital Los Angeles, your child's comeback starts at CHLA. Rich Eisen coming up at 9 a.m. on 710 and the all-new ESPN LA app. We go to YouTube. The YouTube-only hour is coming up at ESPN Los Angeles. So, Mongrels, get in the chat, and we're going to talk some LA Kings. All coming up right here. Smile, it's Friday, sucker, on ESPN LA.
Hey, it's Mace. Listen up, people. We are taking the show on the road to my favorite spot in the home of the song of the summer.
Find what you love.
Total Wine and More. Join Mason and Ireland, the Laker girls, and a special appearance by Big Game James Worthy at Total Wine and More in Beverly Hills today from noon to 3. We'll be at Total Wine and More, 9527 West Pico Boulevard at Pico in Beverly. See you today from noon to 3 at Total Wine and More in Beverly Hills.
You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Sure, I'll admit it. Fantasy football is my jam. Is that still a thing people say? Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Bring your A game and watch the big games all season.
Number 2.
Claim your Retro Peace Diffuser September 23rd when you earn 500 points on your rewards card.
And the number 1 reason.
Nothing but a good time when Bret Michaels brings his Rock the World Tour to Morongo, November 21st.
Morongo, good times.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Hey guys, Cappy here. When disaster strikes, you expect your insurance company to be there for you, but often they look for ways to underpay your claim. If you're feeling abandoned, pushed to use low-rated contractors, or ignored after years of loyalty, we protect homeowners from the games and fine print that insurance companies are known for. Contact Avner Gatt, one of California's largest public adjusting firms. Visit avnergatt.com or call 818-917-5256. With a team that has the industry's know-how, including experience from the insurance side, Avner Gatt is ready to fight for you. With over 20 years of experience, they offer a free initial consultation and have the largest network of experts to evaluate your damages. Remember, size, experience, and expertise matter. Don't let your insurance company leave you in the dark. Call Avner Gatt, 818-917-5256, or visit avnergatt.com today. Avner Gatt, your claim, our game.
Back when I played, leg cramps were no joke. Fourth quarter, overtime, practice, even when I got home, they would hit out of nowhere. Had I known about Highland's leg cramps back in the day, I would have had a locker full of the stuff. Now I'm retired, I still get these cramps on my morning walks, hanging out with my daughter, but now I've got something that actually works. Highland's leg cramps. The tablets dissolve quickly under the tongue and don't upset my stomach. Cramps hit athletes, weekend warriors, couch coaches, all of us. Grab Highland's leg cramps and get it today at Walmart, Walgreens, or CVS.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Previously on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
A hot Chicana from the barrio keeping it real.
It's a Hina Friday with Mike Trudell.
It's a Hina Friday.
A hot Chicana from the barrio keeping it real.
Not a Hina that smokes that.
It's a Hina Friday with Mike Trudell.
So there's a salmon sperm extraction.
Yeah, and as somebody who was younger and who was looking out for Big Bro at the time.
But he was young. He wouldn't know not to get married.
Yeah, what the hell would I have known at 21 years old?
He was dropping Miami Heat everywhere.
But that's my point. Don't you see that if he would have said to me, hey, listen, I'm dropping Miami Heat. You should be dropping Miami Heat. Let's go drop Miami Heat together. You know, let's go be Crockett and Tubbs. You know what I mean?
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on the air.
I woke up at 4:30 because I got to go to the bathroom, once, But,
only once per night?
Only once, yeah.
Hey, nice prostate.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history.
Because it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got nothing to do.
Give me a freaking break. It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
How'd you say his name? Asminger?
Asminger.
Thank you for letting me share in your aura.
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
My girlfriend Jean went to Korea and had salmon sperm injected into her face. Beautiful.
Well, let me tell you something, Mean Gene. That salmon sperm's going to make all the difference tonight, brother.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Right now.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want to Bit Boy. It's a Hina Friday.
Yeah.
9:02, good morning. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on for your Friday. The YouTube-only hour is underway. At ESPN Los Angeles on YouTube, we're also on the app. Just hit the Sedano and Kap Morning Show tile or hit the Listen Live tile. We're on both. And we've got salmon sperm where available. Also,
listen to Trudell, though. Listen to those lungs. He's still hitting it. Yeah.
Trudell's got strong lungs on a Hina Friday.
It's a Hina Friday with Mike Trudell.
What now, Trudell? Because you tried to talk over the drop, which isn't going to work. So.
Well, is that how radio works?
Yeah, usually we get out of the way of the drops.
Okay, my bad. I was talking about the frosting that I ate.
But if you talk over it, it just sounds like noise.
I see.
Kind of like when Ireland does a read and does.
Didn't hear
it.
Let's play the tape again because he says he doesn't hear it. Okay, let's play the.
You ever notice the harsh feeling and chlorine taste in LA's
how he
water?
says chlorine?
Chlorine.
Sounds like chlorine to me.
Yep, Trudell not buying that.
He's not
buying
going
into that.
for it.
He is not going for it at all.
Buenos dias.
Thank you, Shohei Ohtani.
So, Chris, at the end of the terrestrially, radio-y hour,
yes,
as we transition into YouTube only,
yes,
you said to everybody who was tuning in on the radio side, yo, everybody get over here to the YouTube side, right?
The mongrels.
You told the mongrels, let's go. Get involved in the live YouTube chat. And shout out to everybody who's in there right now. But there's one person in particular who is in our live YouTube chat, and that is our very own Funchy Lava. And according to Lava, and Bergie, check me on this.
Yeah.
Funchy is in the YouTube chat, and as he reports, from the can.
From the can, and that he's proud of it. He's handling his business, is what he says.
Well, that's wonderful.
I mean,
Thank you, Funchy.
Funchy, was it critical for us to all know that your little teeny, skinny, bony tuchus is sitting on... You're going to fall in. You're going to fall in with your phone and your computer. Shut up, Funchy Lover.
Funchy will join us around 9:30 for this week's edition of What the Funch, and we'll see if he brings it this time. Because
hopefully he's not on the toilet.
His What the Funches, they've had a few good zingers, but they haven't had the same performance at the afternoon, back when we were in afternoons, that they had when they What the Funch. So we'll see. Hopefully he brings a good Friday edition, especially on my birthday for What the Funch. And in just a few moments, Sam Batesesh is going to join us, our new ESPN LA Kings insider here at ESPN LA. So we're excited. Kings get underway the preseason Sunday afternoon, hosting these scumbag, I don't know if they're scumbags, but the Anaheim Ducks. You'll be able to hear that on the all-new ESPN LA app. By the way, full day on the ESPN LA app. We've got Rams on Sunday. We've got the Ducks and the Kings and LAFC.
Wow, that's a nice day. That's a really nice day.
Every game, of course, on the ESPN LA app.
Hey, guys, what's the story now with what's going on in Long Beach, just since we were talking about Funchy sitting on, the throne? What is the story going on with, like, free bedrooms, free baños, if you will, in Long Beach?
They had these new toilets called Thrones, and they're free, but you need a smartphone to access them. And they're kind of like high-tech toilets. You have to scan a QR code, download the app, and basically it unlocks these toilets for 10 minutes. And then they automatically open the door after someone's been in them for 10 minutes. So basically, they want to, keep the riffraff out of the toilets.
It's actually not a bad idea.
It's a
That's
great
pretty good,
idea.
actually.
Great idea.
Yeah. And so I guess in Long Beach, they've decided that they're working out and they're going to keep them there. And it costs about $3.11 per flush for these toilets.
Oh, they get you per flush. That's not great for capping.
No, that's just the city. That's like what the city pays for it.
Okay, I was going to say, you said it was free.
It's free.
It's free for us.
Yes, it's free for people,
well, listen,
anyone who has a smartphone.
I would still pay $3.11 per flush if I needed to.
I probably would too. I mean, for 10 minutes in a bathroom, if you know it's going to be clean.
And you need to go.
Right.
Can I ask Cappy a related question?
Yeah, of
Go
course.
ahead, Trudell.
So let's say that you got to handle your business, right? But you think that Rachel is probably going to have to do something in the bathroom shortly thereafter. Do you do like an initial courtesy flush to try and get some of the stuff moving, knowing that she's going to come in, or do you just sort of not worry about it, and when you're done, and it's going to smell?
All great questions.
Yeah.
Let's assume for a moment that I'm home.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I'm going to go to a different bathroom. So if we're staying at my house, I will literally leave my bathroom and I will go to my daughter's bathroom and I will do my business over there so that Rachel has full access to my bathroom. If I'm at Rachel's house, I will leave her bedroom and go to her son's bathroom so that she has full access to hers. And if we're at a hotel, then I'm in big trouble, and then I got to go to the lobby so that I can leave the bathroom for her. So
Wait, hold on. You leave your room?
This shouldn't surprise you, Greg.
Wait, no.
Come on.
You leave your room to go to the lobby in a hotel?
Are you scared of her?
Oh, he is 100% scared of her. He's petrified of
Is that a serious
Rachel.
question?
Rachel, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do it.
I'm scared of her, number one.
Today he's going to be like, Rachel, see, Trudell ate frosting out of Morales' mouth. It wasn't me.
Right,
That's one of the reasons why I did it, because I'm a good friend to Cappy.
You are. Yes, I'm afraid of her, number one. And number two, I would like to have some privacy, and I would like to be able to do my own business. So I'd rather go to a hotel lobby than I would rather be in the hotel room.
So you'd rather infect the public with what you have going on than have your wife, your girlfriend, understand that something is. Sorry.
Wow. You just sunk him right there.
It just came out. That wasn't an insult.
No, it wasn't an insult. It's just that, you're kind of getting ahead of yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my bad. Yeah.
Okay, 9:08. Good morning. Happy Friday.
Yes, I will go to the lobby, Bergie. Bergie, you won't go to the lobby?
No, I'm going to stay
You know what?
in
You
the
know
room.
what? You know what's going to happen to Mean Gene's face and the salmon sperm when she gets a
No,
whiff of
but I'm
that?
saying, like when you first start dating somebody, I get that, right? I get that,
Right.
but when you've been together for a while, it's like you understand that everybody has to take. care
So
of
when I was waking up like later on at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, I would go into another room before and let her sleep. But now that I'm waking up at 5, I'm not going to another room. So now I stay in
He's
the room.
just
I
like,
go my
listen,
own bathroom.
You take that. You take it all in.
Yeah, it's been
Get every
almost
bit of me.
2 years.
Really
Yeah,
quick, Trudell, did you know that Cappy said that he sits down to pee when he's going to the bathroom at night with Rachel in the same bedroom because he doesn't want to wake her up?
Well, I actually support that because
Okay,
I go to
I think that's like a...
I do my a lot of times I'm getting back at 2 a.m, so I'm very carefully trying not to wake Annie up.
Okay.
So I anything to do that. That's just being
You guys
a
are
courteous
very
guy.
considerate.
Being
Yeah,
a
you guys are
considerate
both
person.
very
Because
considerate.
when you got a nice big heavy stream going, it makes a lot of noise.
Well, no,
You know what I mean?
It's not just that, Cappy. It's not just that. You also just don't want to pee everywhere.
That is
And you're
in the
you're-
dark.
You're in much
you
better
don't want to
control
turn the
when
light
you're
on.
sitting.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just tell you guys one last thing before Sam Batesesh comes on. On Tuesday night, when me and Sedano went to the Dodger game with the Crazy Hernandez brothers, at one point I ate so much so fast, Mike, because Steven Hernandez said, don't eat all day because the food's just going to not stop coming. I ate so much so fast, all of a sudden my stomach starts to blow up. I go to the men's room in the Baseline Club, and they've got a nice handicapped stall. First of all, I put down like 12 layers of toilet paper, right? Now I'm in there doing my business, but now I'm on my
Wait a minute,
phone.
this is new information.
Yeah, I didn't want to tell the Crazy Hernandez brothers.
You didn't tell us that you did that at Dodger Stadium.
I'm talking like 12 layers of toilet paper, okay?
Sedano thought you went to go sniff your keys.
No. What I told everybody was that I had to take a call, and I lied, essentially. I lied because I didn't want everybody to know that I was in the bathroom doing my business. Well, all of a sudden, there's a guy outside, and he must have to go, and he's trying to be polite, like, excuse me, hello, can you get out of there?
Is there anyone in there?
Instead, he's like tapping his foot, like tap, 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 tap,
Oh,
tap.
that got people in trouble back in the day.
He's probably
If you
about to
tap
go in
your
his
foot.
pants, and meanwhile, you got to layer down 17 different protective layers for your butt.
He started to make noise that intimated to me, hey, pal, I'm waiting, and I need to get in there. So I finished up, cleaned up, put all 12 rolls of toilet paper that I had layered the seat down.
You clogged the toilet, didn't you?
No clog. Public toilet. Whoosh, very strong, okay? And then everybody's like, where you been, bro? And I was like, oh, sorry, guys. I had to take a call from my girlfriend. But in the meantime, I was in there just dying.
I can't believe that guy was doing that, tapping his foot. That's rude.
Oh, I just
No. That's polite. That's polite.
No. If you're when you're in there and you need to do your business, it takes a long time sometimes.
Yeah, there's no 10-minute
If you're still
limit.
on just if you're on your phone,
Nah,
that's one
that's
thing.
the thing. Cappy's
You gotta
probably
go. You
playing-
gotta go.
Cappy, just be honest. Did you pull up your phone while on there and do something to distract? And basically, did you take more time than you could have because you got distracted on your phone?
I could have been in and out in like about 3 or 4 minutes.
Oh, okay, then that's not.
This is 10, 12 minutes in.
That's disrespectful, dude. Nobody wants to go in a bathroom like that. They're in there because they have to.
Right.
And you're in there messing around.
I was in there just enjoying myself.
No,
What are you, two guys in there just messing around?
I was in there relaxing,
All right,
like as if I was at home.
9:12 in the morning. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show on this Friday. By the way, celebrate properly.
It's a Hina Friday with Mike Trudell.
And on Sunday, the LA Kings begin their preseason adventure on the quest for a Stanley Cup. I said it. I did it then. I went. I could hear it there. Now I
you,
hear
not
it.
John. It's you.
Yeah. And now we are proud this season to have an ESPN LA Kings insider. The one and only Sam Batesesh joins us now on the Sedano and Cab Morning Show. Good morning, Samuel.
Oh, wow, what a day. And by the way, this is not just any day, the Chris Morales birthday celebration. Now, is that why the cupcake happened, Trudell? Was this a birthday cupcake? I have to know if this was just to make Kaplan uncomfortable for not being in studio or if this was to celebrate Chris's birthday.
Well, I think that the origin is, of course, the birthday. But the first thought I had, of course, literally, when I saw the cupcakes and I saw Chris's, the way he looked at me with his eyes, I was like, oh, you want me to eat this out of your mouth, don't you? So, that was just me anticipating Chris. Now, you've known him for a lot longer, so you probably wouldn't have even needed that. You just would have kind of felt like something like that was happening.
It's very true. Now, has anyone there done this move? Now, early on when I'm dating a girl for a little while, I've done she gives me her gum to throw away, and I then chew it to show how connected I am to her. I've done that many times
That's
in
a
my
good
life.
move.
right? There you go. Lindsay, it's really the only vote in the room I needed. So I think we're good there.
It is a good move.
I like it, Lindsay.
But Sammy, I'll tell you this right now, that Trudell, after eating the cupcake out of Chris's mouth, then offered that if Chris sucked on a Werther's original,
no, I did not offer. You offered, and I did not answer.
No, you said that you would take the Werther's original out of Chris's mouth and you would suck it.
No, I'm not mutually sucking on. No, I'm not doing that.
Well, you kind of
did. Mutually would be like a snowball situation, which I don't think we're talking about. We're talking about taking it from his mouth into yours.
The cupcake. The part of the cupcake that I ate did not go into Chris's mouth, whereas a butter toffee obviously would go into the mouth, and I think that's where I would probably draw the line.
Okay, all right,
I
fair
feel
enough.
I feel like this is like a challenge flag situation. I think we'd have to see that under further video review, but I'm into it. And by the way, speaking of the Werther's original, I'm wondering. Okay, here we go. Let me see it here.
Yeah, here's the replay. Good job, guys.
All right.
By the way, look how Trudell, though. You got to give him credit.
Trudell also though. Wait, Cappy. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but it looks like Trudell's almost then puckering his lips for more.
Listen. Look what Chris did here. Chris took the bottom of the cupcake. And then he exactly right. And then he gave Trudell, he gave him the frosting, and then he nudged him with the frosting, and then the frosting, that white creamy frosting, was all over Trudell's face. And then Morales, in a brilliant move, by the way, that was very underrated at the time. In real time, we didn't notice. Morales leaned back his head, and then he sucked down remainder of said cupcake. A brilliant move, a very athletic move, a very underrated move. By our birthday boy.
That takes a strong gullet from the birthday boy, and I like the bunny rabbit, the little bunny rabbit nuzzle there with the nose. I thought that was
nudge.
That was nice.
It's called a nudge,
Sam. That was very gentlemanly. Yeah. That was very strong.
So the Kings begin on Sunday.
Forget about the Kings for 1 minute, because Sam, I'm not done with you. Hey, your background is we're watching you on YouTube. I love what you got cooking over here with that Rams helmet right in the middle. But then the picking winners all season long T-shirt with me picking my beak. I'm very flattered that you have that as part of your decor in your home studio.
I figured what would be more appropriate today. Not only, first of all, we also have a huge football game, Cappy. Now, I know you're a Chargers guy, not truly a Rams guy, but this Rams-Eagles game, which I'm calling part 3, really, right, of like this current unit. Actually, technically part 4. The Eagles actually tush-pushed the Rams 2 seasons ago out of SoFi. Then, of course, there was this. Yeah, they tush-pushed them there, and I don't know if that was anything related to the glory hole or not, but that was the tush-push there in that game 2 seasons ago. Then there was the Saquon record-setting game in the regular season at SoFi last season, and, of course, the divisional game, which, Cappy, you misspoke and said that the Rams didn't hold on to that game. But let's remember, they were coming back.
Oh, no, the Rams – right. The Rams had a chance. They definitely had a chance in that game. Now, by the way, I want you to know something. You've already insulted me personally in your most recent rant. When you said you're a Charger guy, you're not really a Ram guy. Let me tell you something right now. The day that the Rams got to L.A., and then thereafter when the Chargers decided they're going to L.A., I said back then on the San Diego airwaves, the way you hurt the Chargers is you become a Rams fan. And I put together a deal right away to have the Rams broadcasts on our old station, which was 1090 back in the day. I became a Rams fan then. I gave up on the Chargers in that moment, and now I'm an even bigger Rams fan because of my college roommate being on the coaching staff. So I want you to know you've hurt my feelings already this morning, Sam.
All right. By the way, it's not often that we say this and we do this in life, but I'm simply going to say, Cappy, I understand and I apologize.
Hey, much love to you, my brother.
Table, all right?
Much love to you, and yes. Thank you.
And because of that, Trudell and Greg and Lindsay and Chris, we have even a bigger beef now. So it's Rams-Eagles. This really means something to us. This is a big one, Cappy. This one means a lot considering what happened last season. And for the Eagles, this is now sort of the reunion tour. They got the Chiefs from the Super Bowl, the Rams from the divisional round. Big game here. I can't imagine the Rams are going to allow 2 60-yard touchdown runs from Saquon for a third game in a row.
Right. That's exactly right.
Cannot happen.
Right. You can if you can keep Saquon Barkley in check.
I'm not talking about saying, hey, you can't give up 225 yards rushing. You cannot give up the massive explosive plays that we saw last season, both in the regular season game at SoFi and the postseason game in Philadelphia. You cannot give up the explosive 65, 70-yard touchdown run. You can't give up 200-plus yards rushing. The key to this game is very, very simple. It doesn't take a football analyst to figure it out, okay? It comes down to this. If the Rams defense can force Jalen Hurts to beat them with his arm, and he's capable of doing it, then so be it. You guys win the game. But if the Rams defense gives up the big numbers and the explosive plays to Saquon Barkley, it's the same formula all over again, and that doesn't bode well for the Rams, at least in terms of getting through Philadelphia to get to the Super Bowl. I'm calling for a Rams win. I think the Rams definitely win this game on the road. It's just beating the same team this many times in a row. I just don't see it. I got the Rams.
Okay, well, look, obviously the Eagles just did that to the Chiefs, and it was a different game, much different game than the Super Bowl, so this will be a different game. But another Jalen I want to speak about, and this goes back to the cupcake. I can't imagine that Jalen Carter is going to spit at Matt Stafford to start this game. Jalen Carter was the difference in that divisional game. The two biggest plays of the Rams season on offense, Jalen Carter blew them up on third down and fourth down to end that game. Now, Trudell, I don't want to leave you out of this. Another Philly-Minnesota tie here.
Oh.
How do you feel about Wentz? My guy Wentz going for your Vikings. What do you think of that?
Well, when you mentioned Philly, Minnesota, I thought back to that horrible playoff game following the Minneapolis Miracle. And a bunch of my buddies went and said they have never been so just disrespected and disgraced by a fan base. Anything you could possibly think of. They said the absolute worst people in the world were at that stadium wearing Eagles jerseys. I'm not lying. Like, my high school friends could not believe how awful they were treated by the Philadelphia people. So it brings back terrible memories. Now,
well, that's just the way it goes.
I understand it.
Now, for Carson Wentz,
Keenum, Alshon Jeffrey, but Wentz, here we go.
I mean, it's been a tough look. We all talked ourselves into McCarthy, and then you have the rough three quarters against Chicago, but you have this miracle fourth quarter. It's like, oh wait. Okay, we got our guy. We're not paying him yet. They're selling him the rest of the roster. You got Harrison Smith. He's been out. He's coming back. That's going to be great. Addison hasn't played yet. Van Ginkel missed the second game. So, lots of reasons for optimism. And then, McCarthy just struggled again for basically the entire Week 2 game, and you lose the home game against Atlanta.
And it's just too bad that the kid is already hurt again because, like you said, Mike, we saw him in that fourth quarter. So
in the high ankle sprain, Cappy, which basically ended my kind of playing for fun as an adult soccer career after I retired from actually playing. And the high ankle sprain is awful. Okay, mine was 6 months. Now, granted, I'm not getting around-the-clock, day-to-day treatment. Maybe he'll be back in a month, but it's not going to be sooner than that. So I think, as a Vikings fan, I think we've all talked ourselves into, you know what, Wentz right now, I get it. He struggled his last couple of stops, but maybe he's even a little bit better than McCarthy is at age 22 in Game 2.
Yeah,
that's all.
And by the way,
can we get to hockey, though, Cappy?
Yeah, I want to get to
Sam.
Let's do this. Sam, because we could talk football all day long. Sam, I didn't realize that the Kings preseason, because of what we're talking about, you get so consumed with, college football, NFL football, and the playoff race in baseball that, Trudell brought up the fact that the Lakers are going to have a preseason game in 2 weeks. I'm like, when do they even start camp? I literally, until I knew that you were coming on today and I started to look into the Kings because Sam's going to be our Kings insider all season long, I didn't realize the Kings were going to start their preseason this weekend on Sunday against the Ducks. So, Sam, first and foremost, the story, though, of the Kings going into this season is that Kopitar is already has announced his retirement. Talk us through that to get started.
Okay, so first of all, anytime you get a breaking news alert on your phone, the idea is, wow, this is stunning news, right? That's our our inclination. That's what every company that sends one out wants you to do. They want you to say, wow, and dive into the story. So when you first get this, you think, oh, my God. This is an Amari Cooper Raiders situation. He's not going to play this season. That's actually what I first thought, and that would have been a leveling headline for the Kings to start this season, that Kopitar is not going to be there. But then you start to understand, all right, no, this is a farewell season. This is going to be his final season. This is 20 seasons in a Kings sweater, the only team he's ever known, and now this will be his last. Let's walk you through this a little bit. Now, they didn't know this. If you listen to Kopitar in his announcement yesterday, he didn't know that Kershaw was doing this on the same exact day. Mm-hmm. So that's unreal that these two legends of LA are announcing this on the same day. I do want to make one key difference here, though. Kopitar is still, his career, and I know it's been 20 seasons, is still ascending as a hockey player. Kershaw, we can at least admit, is plateauing as a baseball player. I don't think anyone's stunned for Kershaw to announce this. With Kopitar, within even the organization, there was more meat on the bone. This could have been more seasons out of Kopitar. So it is a bit of a wow moment for them to understand that this is also a passing of the torch from Kopitar to Kempe, that it'll be his team moving forward. But Kopitar is still a top 2, 3, or even 1 scorer on this team. Every single season that he's had with the Kings, he's been 1, 2, or 3 in scoring, and a majority of those, he was the leading scorer for this team.
All right, Sam, so looking at the Stanley Cup odds, the Kings come in at 10, right? So plus 2,000. How close, what, is there a move to be made? Is there a specific, position player that you think could be targeted to add to it? Because, look, it's pretty good, okay? They were a really good team last year, but, how close could they be, and what do you think could get them over the top?
Okay, so let's set the level for everybody on the difference between hockey and other sports. First of all, the Kings won 2 Stanley Cups, which, by the way, amazing. Credit to them for those that think that hockey in Southern California is not a big deal. They've been the best team in hockey twice. However, both of those seasons, they won their first Stanley Cup as an 8 seed, Trudell, which, as a basketball guy, you know how ridiculous that is. They won it, and by the way, they steamed to the Stanley Cup final.
Had the hot goalie.
They went 5 games, 4 games, 5 games, 5-5 on the way to the Stanley Cup final where they beat the Devils in that one. They were an 8 seed. And then they won their second Stanley Cup as a 6 seed. So it's not as if they need to run and be the President's Cup winner and the number 1 team. They were, however, the best team at home for a large stretch of last season. This is a dominant team. And for the first time over the last 4 seasons, they hosted the Oilers in the first round. For Kings fans, they know that the worst word I could possibly say here is Edmonton Oilers.
And that, by the way, it was going well, too, Sam. It was going well for a little bit.
Up 2-0, and by the way, leading in the third period of Game 3 to take a 3-0 lead in that series. Yep. But lo and behold, the same outcome, they lose to the Oilers again. Trudell, to answer your question, is there one player I can point to? No, but let's be clear. They already made that move, Trudell. Corey Perry. Think about this. Corey Perry, over the last 6 seasons, Corey Perry has been in the Stanley Cup final 5 of those 6 seasons. And by the way, with 3 different teams. I mean, this is unbelievable. Corey Perry has jumped. Each team that Corey Perry goes to ends up in the Stanley Cup final. And Southern California hockey fans know Corey Perry. He's a 50-goal scorer, Stanley Cup champion with the Ducks. And now here he is with the Kings. In fact, throwing out the first pitch at Kings night at Dodger Stadium. The bad news is Corey Perry is now injured to start the season. The good news, Truel, is he essentially now becomes an addition later in the season. He's now a guy you're adding to the mix after you've established something this season. So in a way, he's almost like a trade deadline addition guy, and they don't need him for Game 1. They want him for Game 1 of the playoffs. Corey Perry is a playoff performer. He's been on a line with Draisaitl and McDavid, 2 of the best players in the game. Corey Perry is a guy to get them over that hump of the Oilers into the second round, back to the Stanley Cup final.
I'm so glad. You let me tell you something, Sam. You answered every question that I had related to Edmonton. Seriously, you did. Because you know how, like, in certain sports, they'll say, well, they went out and got this guy who's a great pass rusher because they got to be able to stop this quarterback. They got to put this pressure on this quarterback. It's as if the Kings have to make additions to the roster because they've got to, at some point, get over the demons that are the Edmonton Oilers.
And Corey Perry could be that guy, right? He's from the inside. This is a guy that played on the dark side of the moon in Edmonton, back-to-back seasons in the Stanley Cup final with Draisaitl, with McDavid, with that entire team. And so are there little tips that he can add to it? Perhaps. And like I said, he's been there before. This is a guy who understands it. But look, getting over that hump, the Bills lost 4 times in a row in the Super Bowl. The Kings have now lost 4 times in a row to the Oilers in the first round. Let's hope there's a different fate this time around. And by the way, for Morales, and really for everybody there, I got my Kings hats for the season. I'm trying to decide here where we're going here. I mean, we got the first
I like
game.
That one.
The first game on. I'm liking this one a lot here.
Yep.
This one, I like this one. This is the new logo, and I know Morales wants a flat brim. I'm trying to get. I got to get Morales a flat brim for the birthday.
But Sammy,
I need a youth cap. By the way, my head is so small. I need a youth cap.
Same with me. I got a little pea head. Hey Sam, one thing you got to commit to me. Now that you're going to be our Kings insider, you'll be around the franchise a lot. you got to try and smooth things out with Marty McSorley. He wants to beat up
that
Morales
is true.
desperately. He
doesn't-
wants to kill
Well, it's
Morales.
because he wore a polo shirt from 1982 that night that he was beating the drum. Scumbag.
Okay, by the way, we have to set up an event with McSorley and Morales. You know that Robitaille would be in on that. We have to set up something. Maybe it's a cupcake eating contest. I don't know what it is, but we have to set something up where Morales versus McSorley, right?
Well, yes.
We got CNN versus McSorley.
Sam, if you want something just ahead of that would be the main event. Okay, so as a native Minnesotan, obviously I can play hockey, I can skate. If you want to put Cappy on the ice, I will skate from one end of the rink to the other and just plaster him into the boards.
Now wait a second, Mike.
If you want.
Now wait a second, Mike.
We know
I don't
you like
understand.
plaster on your face.
Mike, one thing. Let me tell you something, Mike. I have offered to, and am requesting to. I want to be one of those Kings girls that comes out when there's a timeout and they
scrape the ice.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, I want to be a scraper.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to take the shovel and scrape the ice.
Yeah.
Because it turns out, Mike, I'm a damn good ice skater.
Is that right?
Yes. Unbeknownst to me,
By
turns
the
out
way-
I'm a natural.
By the way, Cappy, good news, by the way. In the world of equality that we live in, more of the scrapers are now male, by the way.
Yeah,
If
so
you
I
go
wanna be
to a
in.
game, trust me. Yeah, you can be in on that. And I just want to say one thing. Kopitar is a Hall of Famer, absolutely. There's no debate. This is a first ballot Hall of Famer. He could lead the Kings in nearly every scoring category for a franchise that's had Wayne Gretzky play for it. That's pretty amazing.
I'm so stoked that
Kopitar
you are
is
going to
a
be.
legend.
I'm so happy that you were going to be our Kings insider because I want to get more into Kings hockey. I went to about 5 or 6 games last year. I want to get more into it. I want to have more of the Kings content on the show.
How many meatballs did you eat at the Kings game?
Well, you remember last year I was putting them down pretty good. You know. Plus, I take those meatballs, I put them on a hot dog bun. And those are damn good.
All right, thank you, Sam Batesesh, our new ESPN LA
Love you,
Kings
Shmooly.
insider, 9:30 on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. Coming up, we've got to do What's the Funch? What the Funch? Plus Seller's Advantage as we wrap up this Friday edition. But, Cappy, right now, why don't we tell them, and by them meaning our great audience, about our love of the East Central Hotel.
I do love the East Central Hotel. One of the things I really, really love about it is because we stay there so often, you and me, we get to know everybody who works there. Robert Montez, who is the general manager, he does such a great job. Even just the other day, I was talking to the guy who handles the maintenance, and I was like, hey, man, I got a little thing. I want you to come into the room and take a look at it.
Yum.
You just get to know everybody. I'm not joking when I tell you the housekeepers, okay, the people who handle, all of the front desk, the security folks, the bartender at the Nixo Lounge, the chef who makes my breakfast, the eggs and the bacon in the morning. I'm telling you, you're going to love staying at the East Central Hotel. Yes, it's the best location because it's right across the street from LA Live. So if you're coming to a game or a museum or you're coming down for a weekend, it's the best location in downtown LA. But Chris, we talk about the rooms, the size of the rooms, the softness of the towels. There's just so much to love about the East Central Hotel.
The biggest rooms in downtown LA. You could have a whole party if you need to. And yes, you get the slippers, you get the robe, but the towels are so soft and beautiful. You get the bath towel right out of the shower, and then you use the middle towel. I use it for my privates. You got the washcloths. You got the whole mishpucha of towels. The East Central Hotel, our downtown LA home away from home. One night this season, we're going to have Trudell stay over with us. We'll have a slumber party at the East Central Hotel.
Well, and I was going to say, I would just request that we party kind of like more like you party now, Chris, and not how you used to.
No, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
But we could still have fun.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. But my speed is more like probably how you party now.
As Jermaine Stewart once said, we don't have to take our clothes off to have a good time.
That is true. He did say that, and we don't have to.
Chris, by the way, you are invited. Now, I don't know if I formally put this out to you, but you are invited on a Laker road trip if you want to share a room with me, because Cappy's going to come to New Orleans. I'm going to get the queen beds. But if I want to stay downtown, for example, it's tough for me to wake up early sometimes, but maybe I'll come stay at the East Central on a Thursday night and then have an F-It Friday here in the morning.
You know what we
show.
should do? Chris, we should do it the night of the Rams-Niners game. We should all go to the East Central Hotel after that game.
We'll plan it. East Central Hotel, downtown's our home away from home in downtown LA, the home of entertainment, Cappy.
Exactly right. For bookings, eastcentralhotel.com. It's eastcentralhotel.com.
9:32, and they're an official founding partner of the morning show. We love them at the East Central Hotel. Coming up, What the Funch plus Seller's Advantage. More fun and frivolity. It's a Friday smile. We've got more of the Sedano and Kap Morning Show next on ESPN LA. 2-minute timeout right now.
It's a celebration at BMO Stadium. Sunday night, LAFC hosts Real Salt Lake on Noche de Carlos Vela.
Hi, this is Carlos Vela.
Carlos Vela! Fresh off a win, a historic night for Denis Bouanga, and a hat-trick performance from Sun Hung Min.
Sun scores the hat-trick in 3-1!
Don't miss the black and gold honoring Captain Carlos and pushing towards the playoffs. Coverage begins Sunday at 5:30 p.m. on the ESPN LA app and on 710 at the Kings Ducks.
Hey guys, Cappy here. When disaster strikes, you need an ally who truly understands your needs. Avner Gatt is here to help you navigate the complexities of insurance claims. Are you feeling abandoned because your home is unlivable and your insurance company isn't cooperating? Or perhaps you're being pressured to use a contractor with poor reviews. You've been loyal to your insurance company for over 20 years, yet now they treat you like an outsider. Avner Gatt knows how to turn the tables. We protect homeowners from the games and fine print that insurance companies are known for, and we cover all of Southern California, ensuring your voice is heard and your home is restored. Visit AvnerGatt.com or call 818-917-5256. Avner and his family personally take your calls with 5-star ratings from Yelp, Google, and the Better Business Bureau. Don't let your insurance company dictate your future. Avner Gatt is here to help. Visit AvnerGatt.com or call 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt, your claim, our game.
The Rams are 2-0 and now continue the road trip to Philly. It's a battle with the world champs and the tush push.
Rams, Eagles.
Coverage starts Sunday at 8 a.m. with the Toyota Rams countdown to kickoff. Kickoff from the link at 10 a.m.
Week 3, NFL Sunday.
Never mind the fourth down. How about a touchdown for Nakua? His first of 2025.
Hello, this is Puka Nakua of your LA Rams. Listen to every Rams game on the all-new ESPN LA app.
9:34, the Sedano Kap Morning Show. September 19th today, my birthday, and also a very special day for Cappy and I and all of us here at ESPN LA, because our friends Yachtly Crew, which you're hearing them sing right now, their new single, Pain of Losing You, written by the legend Diane Warren. Yachtly Crew's dropping a new album today, and Cappy, their first ever full album.
You know, Chris, we've been getting a lot of messages as these guys are on the road and they're out touring, and they kind of make their way back in and out of Southern California. Now, are you and I and all of our mishbucha, are we still planning the Saturday night of Thanksgiving week? Because Yachtly Crew's playing right here in our backyard.
That's going to be a great day. USC, UCLA during the day, then Yachtly Crew at night at the Peacock Theater right here at LA Live.
Oh, dude, what a day. So, and do we know, because you know how like the USC schedule fluctuates with times of games, we didn't know that this Michigan State game on Saturday night was going to be 8 p.m. I believe the Michigan game, I'm not 100% positive that the time is out there yet, but that could also be a later game. Are we 100% locked in on USC, UCLA in the midday? Do we know that?
We don't know yet, but we'll find out soon.
If not, let's at least put in a request, right?
Well, speaking of requests, Cappy, do you have any ticket requests that you want to get in from Morales right now for that one, or are we good?
Chris, I think I'm going to need 4, possibly 8 for USC, UCLA, and then
not happening. But for Yachtly Crew that night, I'm sure our friends over there will take care of us.
Well, they'll just
Yachtly Crew, their new album. Go to yachtlycrew.com. You can also get it on Apple Music or wherever you get your music. Some great joints on there. Some great junks.
Hey, nice. I don't need tickets for Yachtly Crew though, Mike. You know what I do? Is I tell Rob before he goes out on stage, you know, he's got his drumsticks in his hands and everything. I'm like, hey, man, I'm at the back door. Come open it up.
Wow.
That's
like that, huh?
Cappy is a backdoor type of guy. You know what I mean?
I do indeed.
Okay, it is time on a Friday for our weekly edition of What the Funch. And we'll see if Michael Funches is going to bring the heat, bring the noise, bring the funk, and bring the celebration on this Friday. We now join Michael Funches, producer Funch and Lover. Is he in his bathroom still? Funchy, are you in the bathroom?
No, not anymore. But there's nothing
good.
wrong with the back door. I'll tell you that. But I had a long day. I had 2 double espressos, so, you know, goes
Did you say espresso or espresso? Say espresso, not espresso. Yeah, espresso.
No, I think it's espresso
No, it's
for
not.
him.
It's
For
not.
him, it's espresso.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Wait, so Funchy, you had 2 espressos.
Two double espressos.
Do espresso. You had 2 of them
Yes.
when? This morning?
Yeah, this morning.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
I don't know.
I needed to wake up.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I didn't know if you were waking up or flushing out. I didn't know exactly what the story was.
Well, I mean, the espressos are really, really, they're like a shot. So, yeah, I had 2 of them.
Okay, but don't you usually go back to sleep for like your mid-morning nap?
I'm going to do that after this hit, probably.
So you've had two double espressos.
Yeah, if you want to go back to sleep, why would you have the double? And in related question, how often do you go to the double?
Oh, not too often. There wasn't any other coffee in the house, but except for that.
Okay.
2 double espressos, and now you're going to go take a nap?
I mean, I'm just going to lay down and lounge. I don't know if I'm going to close my eyes or anything.
Let's see what kind of mood he's in after he tells us what's been bothering him.
Yeah.
Because I've been kind of excited to hear.
Yeah, what is the Funch, dude? What the Funch?
What's the Funch?
Funchy lover?
Okay, yo, so there's a car parked in, across the street from my house. It's been there for over a month. It's got 3 or 4 tickets on it, and it's about to get towed, and it hasn't been towed yet because, I don't know if you guys know when a car gets towed, there's they draw lines around it or whatever to tell the police to come and tow the car. But it rained the other day, so it washed away. Well, it washed away. All this stuff washed away, so I don't know if they're going to tow this car now.
Well,
And
what do
it
they do?
bothers me.
Do they use chalk?
Yeah, they use chalk.
They use it on the tires, Funchy, not around the car.
First, let me ask.
The tires, not the car.
But it's on the tire. It's not on the tire anymore because it rained. It
All right.
washed it off.
Let me ask a quick follow-up question.
What's up?
Well, do you think
What's
there's
up?
any possibility that somebody hired a private investigator to sort of look
I
into
don't-
stuff in the street?
Dude, it could be because it's been there for literally 5 weeks, Trudeau. 5 weeks. There's 3 tickets on it.
Cappy, you think there's
Listen,
any
man,
private
I
investigators?
park in a red zone for 10 minutes. My car gets towed. This car has not been towed yet.
Funch, what kind of car is it?
Yeah, that's a good question,
It's like
Cappy.
a Civic. It's a Honda Civic.
Honda Civic.
And would you say it's an older version of a Honda Civic?
I'd say probably 2010, maybe.
Okay, and does the Honda Civic that's been sitting in your neighborhood for 5 weeks that has 3 tickets on it, does this Honda Civic look like it's in really good operating condition?
I mean, it's doable. It's not in bad condition.
I mean, does
or
it have
good
spare
condition.
tire? Are any of the 4 tires a spare?
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all.
Okay. The reason I'm asking is because I'm wondering if somebody just abandoned the thing. Like, hey, I parked it here. I don't want it anymore. Do whatever you want to with it. I'm out of this car because it doesn't run well. I'm just trying to figure out why somebody – and you're telling us it hasn't moved at all?
It hasn't moved, man. There's 3 tickets on the car, and there's it was chalk around it too, but now it's gone.
And you haven't seen anybody in the car?
I haven't seen anyone in the car. I haven't seen anyone go to the car. I haven't seen anyone come out the car.
Have you knocked
on the neighborhood?
I monitored this stuff, okay, because it's across the street from my house, and I'm becoming an old man, get off my lawn type of guy. So yeah.
we've established it's not a new car, so my guess is that it's not going to if you go and try to open it up or something, an alarm's not going to go off.
No, I
which
mean I
that
don't
might
know, man.
facilitate it getting towed.
Let me ask you this.
I can't do that,
Let me
Trudeau.
ask you this
I can't
question.
do that, Trudeau. I'm black.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, hold on. That came from out of nowhere.
I mean, I can't be going into a car. That's why. I can't be going to a
No, I'm saying going into it, but I'm saying
car.
try to set off the alarm or something to facilitate it getting towed more properly. Or if it bothers you that much, couldn't you just call the local authority or call the tow truck company?
Trudeau, you don't snitch, man.
You're whining. So what do you want to happen?
Wait. You don't snitch.
It's not snitching.
What do you mean you don't snitch? You're the guy. You want the car gone. True or false?
You just put them on blast on the radio.
Of course. I don't snitch. I'm not going to call the police and be like, hey, get this car out of here.
No one would have ever heard about the car if you didn't call into the radio show to talk about it.
Hey, it's the codes of the streets, baby. The codes of the streets.
Hey,
so
Funch.
which is it?
Funch, you got any shoe polish in the crib next to the espresso? You got any shoe polish in the crib?
No, I don't. What?
Because what I'm thinking is maybe you get a little bit of shoe polish and you write on the back. You know, like they when kids are going to their games and they write notes on the windows of the car and stuff. Why don't you get some shoe polish and write "Tow me" on the window of the car? That's not snitching. That's not snitching.
I don't want to be involved. I just want it to be gone.
It's unbelievable. You want it gone. You're unwilling to take any action of any kind.
It's just an eyesore to you. It's not taking there's not limited parking on the street necessarily?
Oh no, I mean people park on the street all the time.
So there's
but it's
plenty
just
of
that
parking. There's no it's not taking up a spot or anything.
It kind of is taking up a spot. I mean, people do park on the street. But
what do your neighbors think? I mean, if it's parked in front of your neighbor's crib.
Dude, I don't know. I don't really talk to my neighbor across the street, but I'm sure he's pissed off.
Just
Well,
open up the
why
trunk.
don't you knock on his
Open the trunk and see if there's any perico in there or anything you could use.
See if there's a dead body.
Meanwhile, what else we got on What the Funch?
So, we all work in sports, ESPN, blah, blah, blah. You guys hate when people ask you who's good on fantasy? And you have no idea who's good on fantasy?
Well, I think some of us know who's good on fantasy.
I don't. I just guess.
So what, you're telling me that people talk to you and they're like, hey, Funch, you work at ESPN. You must know the answer to this. Who should I start at quarterback this week?
Exactly. Like, I'm not going to tell you who's going to start at quarterback for the Dolphins.
Okay, so basically, you get annoyed if somebody asks you about something that you don't know a lot about. Because then it's
I
awkward.
don't.
Okay.
Well, because I don't want to – listen, dude. I got a family full of gamblers, too, and they ask me who's good to bet on, and then they get mad at me when they lose. So I don't want people to come at me when they're, they're picking between two quarterbacks or whatever, and the quarterback, I tell them,
all right, so what's your stock answer?
Craps to bet that week.
Hey, Funchy, I've got Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff this week. Who should I start? Like, what's your answer?
I don't know. Jared Goff.
No, but why don't you just say I don't? Why don't you just come clean and say, hey man, look, like I do a lot of stuff.
Hey man,
I know a lot of stuff, but I don't really get too deep into the fantasy football.
You can't do that.
You know why? It's the code of the streets. It's the code of the streets. You don't give out bad information.
Cap, I know that happens to you though, right? No?
Oh, listen, my daughter in Boise sent me her 3 different fantasy teams this week, and she said, what do I do?
Potato.
And I said, here's what you do. You ask your brother. That's what you do. You don't bother me with this nonsense.
My sister-in-law did the same crap this week.
Nah, I don't like an unsatisfied customer, Funchy. So if it's something that it's very easy. If you don't know yourself, you can within 3 seconds on your phone pull up the ESPN rankings for that week at the quarterback position, and you'd be like, or you can put it into ChatGPT. They'll pull up Fantasy Pros. Like you could, if you don't want to get it wrong and you want to lead somebody the right way, you could look it up together. But it sounds like what you want credit for being a sports guy.
I mean, a sports radio producer.
Yeah.
Just for the record. Yeah.
You want credit
be
for
very
but
accurate.
you don't want to. So therefore, you wouldn't necessarily want to look it up on your phone. So you're just going to lie instead and pretend like you know.
Yeah, I'm going to lie. I'm just going to lie.
But then you're going to feel the heat later when you give them the bad advice.
Well, Trudeau, I have the 50-50 shot, okay? I have a 50-50 shot, basically.
So you made this calculation.
Hopefully it lands on the right side of the coin, okay?
Let me tell you something right now. Everybody who's watching us right now on YouTube, okay, all the mongrels who are involved in our live YouTube chat, everybody look at the picture that's on the screen of Funchy with his little kitty cat. Let me ask you guys this question. Would you ask that guy for football advice? I mean, really?
Well, stereotypically, no.
Yeah. Funch, I'm going to tell you one thing, Funch, before you go. You should follow Mike Trudell's advice. Call the authorities. You're not snitching, and you should get that piece of crap that's just trashed on your street. Get it towed, man.
I'm gonna take a picture of this
after
I get off, and I'll send it to you guys.
Not to go back to this, but are you sure it's not like your neighbor's uncle's car or something?
No.
So did you ask your neighbor?
Trudell, we have street cleaning. We have street cleaning on blocks, so everyone moves their car or whatever. This car has been there. Has that moved?
Okay, well there might be a bag of cash in the trunk. Then you should check.
Okay, great. I will.
Let us know.
Hopefully, it's
enough
for me not to come back.
Our week's edition of What the Funch. Take the rest of the day off, would you please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You'd be doing us all a favor. Go rest up on your 2 double espressos. Call the authorities. What a pain in the ass that is.
Join Mason and Ireland today as they broadcast live from Total Wine & More in Beverly Hills. Come meet Big Game James Worthy and the Laker girls. And ESPN LA is giving away tickets to a few lucky fans who sing the Total Wine & More jingle loud and proud. It's all happening today starting at noon at 9527 West Pico Boulevard. See you today at Total Wine & More in Beverly Hills. Mason and Ireland broadcasting live. You can go up to Johnny I and say, hey, John, the morning show sent me.
Big Game James is going to be there. That's exciting. 2 weeks until we get to hear Big Game James on the pregame show.
Wow.
Spectrum. It's exciting.
It is all happening
2 weeks,
now.
baby.
I mean, hey, listen, think about it. You know, we talk about Kershaw and his announcement yesterday that this is it, and tonight is his last start at Dodger Stadium. You got the Dodgers headed towards the postseason, and now with the Dodgers winning yesterday, the Padres losing, I think today, Bergie, we can officially say this division race, for whatever kind of a race you thought it was, this thing's over. It's in the books. It's done. The Dodgers tried all second half of the season to open the door. The Padres refused to walk through that door.
Bums, that's why.
Well, they are. And by the way, the Dodgers have been bums this season too, especially the second half of the season.
The bullpen, yeah.
But the point is
7
this.
out of the last 10.
No, listen,
starters looking great. Yamamoto hasn't given up a run in like 3 months.
Hey, listen, Yamamoto. He'll in the future, Yamamoto and Ohtani should both do the exact same thing that Blake Snell did the other night. Hey, Dave, go back to the dugout. I'm not coming out of this game.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
By the way, Bergman,
pound salt.
You sort of have to go to the game tonight, don't you? To pay your respects to Kershaw.
I would have loved to go. That ticket is going to be crazy expensive if you try and get it now.
Well,
They're probably all sold out.
Cappy asked for a million favors. Why don't you ask him to just figure it out for you?
Well,
hey, King.
But Bergie,
he's going to tell you to ask Armand.
No, I got Bergie 2 ticks earlier this week.
He did. That was great.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it's a 1 week deal. Like it's one request per week.
Well, okay, but what if he kind of asked you in the way that you asked Morales? Like, hey, come on, just kind of throw your weight around a little bit.
Nudge, lean into it.
You've got some weight in this.
I'll tell you what. If Bergie wants to go tonight, and Mean Gene, with her face looking really, really nice, compliments of all that salmon sperm that she got injected in Korea,
with no shame,
I will 100% go to work for my man.
I appreciate it. But if you actually want to watch this game at home, you know what? You can't watch it on Sportsnet LA. You have to watch it on Apple TV.
Oh.
So unless you have Apple TV, that's the only way you can watch this game tonight.
You know what, Lindsay? You say it sucks. It doesn't. It doesn't. Only, but I'll tell you this right now. Apple TV, I don't know what they're broadcasting in. I think of like 1080 as being like the highest definition there is. They're in like 2160, dude. They're like double.
4K.
Seriously, I don't know what they're in.
I've got Apple TV. Is it a separate package though that I need?
No. If you have Apple TV,
usually
you're
the free
Well, you
game.
need Apple TV Plus.
Yeah, I have Apple TV Plus.
Right.
Okay,
Then you're good.
All right.
Yeah.
I think that considering it's his last home regular season start, then they should have changed it and been like, oh, and I know it's supposed to be exclusive to Apple, but let's do it on Sports.
Or
LA.
make it free for everybody.
They should have.
Well, I'm sure my friends at Spectrum aren't thrilled about that either.
Yeah.
Because you do the long pregame show, you do the long postgame, you do you do the whole thing.
The whole mishpucha.
The whole mishpucha. Yeah.
It is time.
It works there, Chris. It works there.
It really does. It is time for the Dealer's Choice Real Deal, thanks to Seller's Advantage. Want to sell your house before you call an agent? Call Seller's Advantage. They'll buy it as is with a competitive cash offer. No repairs needed. They make selling easy. Call 888-390-AS-IS for a no-obligation offer or visit sellersadvantage.com, DRE 0196 1658 as we wrap up Cappy on this Friday, this Hina Friday.
It's a Hina Friday with Mike Trudell.
What do you got?
I mean, Trudell, think about the impact that you have made on this show that we're going to name our Friday for your appearance here. Think about what you should be flattered,
this
bro.
Friday.
You're not doing next Friday?
I've not been told anything about the hot Chicana from the barrio, keeping it real.
By the way, I got to read the real definition here since you had such issues at the beginning of the show. Hold on.
Well, it wasn't that I had issues. People reached out to me, and kind of said that you were, they were dragging you along a little bit. And honestly, I understand. It's for the bit. It's for the show.
The word
It's a good
Hina
show.
is a Mexican-American slang term for an attractive woman or girl, similar to terms like babe or honey, derived from the Spanish word
Reina
or queen. It can also refer to a girlfriend or significant other and is often used within the Mexican-American community.
So Hina equals queen, and therefore, Mike, your question last week, is my wife a Hina? In this particular instance, hey, queen, yes, she is.
Now, the definition goes on.
No,
While often affectionate, it can be seen as objectifying or offensive if used by someone the person doesn't know well or in a negative context. I don't think we used it. We know Annie, and we also didn't use it in a negative context.
Well, look, and again, I did the Urban Dictionary thing.
You went to Urban Dictionary. That's the real dictionary.
Well, no, but then
you're a dirty little boy going to Urban Dictionary. You should be spanked.
Then my friends that speak full Spanish, right?
Well, they're dirty little boys too.
texted me and were like, "Yeah, look, we get that what the definition is, but here's what they're really trying to do. Here's what they're really trying to say."
By the way, you're the one that asked the question, is my wife Annie a Hina? And you saw Jorge and I not jump in on that. We were like, yeah, not really, but maybe. I don't know.
Hey, Mijo, you think that all of Trudell's Spanish-speaking friends are leading him down the wrong road here, Briones? What do you think?
Well, again, it's a slang term.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to use something that's going to be against, offensive against your wife. So, like, I say that.
Yeah, he's a married man. He's not going to start doing that.
I say
that's what I. That's
I'm
what I
hang out with
thought.
Hina tonight.
That's what I thought at the time.
No, but it's not offensive. I wouldn't say it if it was offensive. So,
no, but honestly, look, it's not like there would have to be a lot said for me to actually get offended about it. It's more just like how honest were you being? It was probably like about 90%, which is fine.
No,
Okay,
it was probably more like about 60%. I'd say, about 60%.
Yeah, well, Morales was closer to 60%, but I think, like Briones, I think was trying. He was trying to be like, well, the way that it's understood, like it's basically, it's not something for you to get mad about. Basically,
That's right.
Is it amazing? Not necessarily, but it's fine. We're all good. All good.
All right.
Hey, real quick before we get out of here, Chris, who did you pick between the Raiders and the Commanders on Sunday?
Not the Raiders.
I took the Commanders, I believe.
Good news for the Raider fans.
Yeah, buddy.
Raiders, the news is coming out right now that in Washington, Dan Quinn, their head coach, has already announced there will be no Jaden Daniels on Sunday for the Commanders. So now Marcus Mariota gets a start. Can you guys remember the last game that Marcus Mariota played? I'm trying to remember who he played for.
Might have been for the Eagles, and he was with the Raiders for a little bit, too. He's been
you know what? Actually, that's where it is. I think it has been. I think it was the Raiders was the last time. I think he played in place of like Aiden O'Connell or something. So you know what? Raiders got a chance. Real quick before we get out of here, and I know we're into the seller's advantage, real deal. Guys, prediction around the room. Chrissy, I'll start with you. Michigan State and USC Saturday night at the Coliseum. Prediction.
USC by 2 touchdowns.
Lindsay, baseball?
USC by 3 touchdowns.
Gregory Arthur Bergman.
Michigan State by 50.
Oh, yeah, there's your UCLA fan. Jorge?
I'm going to say by 1 touchdown.
Okay, and Michael Trudell.
SC by 1 touchdown.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a close game, but we'll take the Trojans.
And by the way, the Commanders still win.
Oh, no. By the way, if the Commanders win,
what are you going to do?
Then at that point, see, listen, I can still get over what happened against the Chargers because I can find positives in the loss. If the Raiders go on the road and they lose to Marcus Mariota and Washington, that's not that. Then I'm going to have to make an admission that we're a couple of years away, even though I already know.
Mariota stepped in last year and won 2 games against Dallas and against Carolina. It was like
that's not good.
He played 3 games last year.
Of course, Cappy, the sports radio host, didn't know that.
He barely played
when he wanted
against,
to celebrate as a gutless Raiders fan for some reason.
That's right.
He barely played against the
right.
Browns, Lindsay. But he played the full game against Carolina and Dallas.
Speaking of gutless Raider fans, guess who posted on my Facebook happy birthday right? Because my mother posted it like midnight, right? I was asleep.
Mm-hmm.
When I woke up this morning, I saw that my mother posted on my Facebook, a couple other people, and JT the Brick at like 5:30 this morning.
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that
See,
what you're doing now?
Let me tell you something,
he's
JT. Much like the alien Independence and the alien who's in Independence Day, the movie, when they go, no peace. Guess what, JT? No peace.
Oh, come on, man. The guy's extending an olive branch. Come on.
And guess what?
The gesture.
I'm snapping that olive branch just like that in front of him.
All right, well, here's last thought for everybody. First of all, I'll take USC to win, but I think it's a much closer game than everybody else does. I think USC-Michigan State is a very competitive game.
Me too, Cap.
And we'll see exactly what happens. Hopefully on Monday we'll be talking about a USC win. We'll be talking about a Rams win.
Manchester United win over Chelsea. Thank you.
That too.
Thank you for including that.
We'll be talking about a Broncos win over the Chargers.
Unlikely.
We'll be talking about a Raiders win over the Commanders.
No chance.
And Chris, I want to tell you something right now. I said it earlier. I'm going to say it again for everybody who's joined us. A very, very special happy birthday to you, young fella, because literally a year ago, you were a disaster, and we are proud of you, man, and happy birthday.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Everybody smile. It's Friday. Everybody have a beautiful Friday. Go out and see Mason and Ireland at the Total Wine over there in Beverly Hills. We'll see you bright and early Monday morning at 7 a.m. Don't forget, big Saturday on ESPN LA. We got Dr. Robert Clapper, the Weekend Warrior Show tomorrow at 7 a.m., and the Sedano and Kap Morning Show Saturday special. Hey, a best of the week. Plus, Auburn, Oklahoma, and then USC tomorrow night. All of that. Rams on Sunday, LAFC on Sunday, LA Kings on Sunday. All of it is on the ESPN LA app. If you ever need to find out, we've got the What's on Tap schedule right there. Have a beautiful weekend, Trudell, and we'll see you bright and early
Happy
Monday
birthday.
morning at 7 a.m.
It's a Hina Friday with Mike Trudell.
Put it right in your mouth.
Dungus! Did he spit on him?
Shohei Ohtani.
Buenos días.
Cabezón.
Oh.
It's my quarterback.
The roster. Quack, quack. Did he spit? Dungus!
Put it right in your mouth.